Well, I've started the recording, so whoever wants to go.
Connor is not here, so I guess it's me.
Yeah.
Yep.
By a process of elimination.
And then do we rock, paper, scissors for it again?
No, I'm down to go.
Last
I don't have
time
any
we
Well, I'm
reason
talking about
to.
after you.
Oh.
All right, Braden and Jared Rochambeau.
I actually would prefer Braden go first.
Damn it! All right, Braden.
Braden's here. Hi.
Draugnathorax.
This is true.
Last time we left off, you were just finishing off your Collect a Nightmare acid trip.
Correct. Nightmare collected.
I do not believe we actually got any content for you after you had finished the acid trip.
No. Why is the librarian here?
You feel him spiritually come back to you, just like, hello from beyond the void.
Hello, from the place where we don't exist.
All right, you wake up.
Huh.
You've got a pounding headache, and you are so thirsty.
Step 1. Water.
Melamazzaro is kind enough to only put you a mile's hike from the nearest water source.
It's not that far. I like the idea that he didn't actually take me anywhere. He already took me somewhere completely different than where I was before.
Yep. Dunk your head in the water. Gulp, 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 gulp. And then when you get back up, Melamazzaro is standing behind you, menacingly.
Why menacingly?
Because he doesn't do anything other than menacingly.
Oh,
Is he
just
horrid
menacingly.
nightmare? No.
Hi, how are you? Couldn't have left me with an aspirin.
Aspirin doesn't work on you. I'd have to leave you with super aspirin.
Really?
Side effects.
Side effects. Autism squared.
So how was it? How was your first trip?
It was balls deep for a second there. A little disorienting, but it came out all right.
That's all that matters. A lot of people drown. And they come out after having found ego death.
Did you give me shrooms?
Oh, it was something really close to that.
Okay. Well, I lived.
Congrats. How much did you collect?
Only one.
One what?
Low tier nightmare wisp.
There we go. He gives you a head pat. So,
Chirp noise.
this is the beginning. It's also your first step in a direction that you got to start considering deeply. You have one rock. A horde of one. It's not
Rock.
quite a horde.
I just have a rock.
You just have a rock. Did
A
you
rock I'm very
like
fond
it?
of. I thought it was really interesting. Like I said, disorienting. I'd say I had a good time.
All right. Are you willing to commit to it to the rest of your life doing this and things like this forever and ever for potentially millions of years?
Sure, why not? When you put it like that, I don't think I would say yes to anything.
Sadly, that's the kind of decision you're making.
I'm aware. It was much easier as a human when you just fucking died at 60.
Oh, yes. It's, our decisions have consequences. It's part of the responsibilities we take as a mythical tier creatures.
What's next on this? I still don't know how to collect these things. Like, in a
So
say, what you're gonna say?
there's a couple different things that we can work on here. There's a couple different pathways we can take. He's gonna squat down in the dirt and start scratching in a claw. Pathway 1. You live life normally, and when you go to sleep, I give you a little something, little tea, a little sweet tea with some poison in it. That every time you go to sleep, you have bad dreams forever. There's different
Mhm.
ways we could do this. You can eventually get a curse that makes it permanently on you. You'll eventually just have bad dreams normally, and you collect them every night passively. It's very similar to what you've been doing now, or what you did in that app. This is slow, steady, straightforward. It'll last forever. And Nightmare enjoys a vacuum. So it'll see, oh, shit's being collected here. There's an empty spot in the greater mental sphere. And then you'll get more and more and more shit come in to fill in that lack of pressure. So it's effectively infinitely regenerating resource doing that.
Does that mean there's wait? Question then. Does that mean you can't collect all of it?
Collect all of Nightmare? That'd be like saying I'm going to collect all of...
Isn't that the
Fuck.
goal though?
So let's put it like this. There are dragons who collect gold, right?
Mhm.
Are you familiar with the terminology elemental plane?
Yes.
There's an elemental plane of gold.
Okay.
A dragon is gonna really, really struggle to claim an entire plane of existence.
Struggle.
Oh yeah, there's dozens of them that are just eating away, but that's kind of like what's the word? Nidhogg?
The big the big dragon? The big word?
Yeah. It would be like Nidhogg eating at the roots of the world tree. Yeah. What's really happening there is Nidhogg is a dragon that hoards trees,
Okay.
and the world tree is the equivalent of the plane of gold in this metaphor.
Let's see. So what I'm hearing is it's not really feasible.
It's not really feasible, but it's you could even consider it a trap. Like if you use, because it's such a potent. Oh my god, there's infinite of that there. And you could go truly incredibly strong inside it, but by the time you realize you're burrowed in a couple universes straight deep into molten gold, and you might be a god among men, but you've got no clue what the way out is.
Maybe I got him a min, but now you're just around gold.
Pretty much.
Okay.
There are ways to use the equivalent of elemental planes to your advantage, especially as either an elementalist or a dragon who hoards X thing, but you've got to be very, very careful. And yes, this does imply that there is an elemental plane of Nightmare. That isn't necessarily true, but it's close enough with the amount of cosmology I'm allowed to put into your head at the moment.
Okay.
Anyway, that's path 1.
Mm-hmm. Bad
You'd
dreams
live
forever.
You'd live your life otherwise normally. So you'd the second you would make that decision, you would start going out hunting for an affinity, or deciding if you want Nightmare to be your affinity, or going back to training with Ivory, or going and hunting, eating shit, leveling up. It would effectively be you deal with your horde when you're asleep forever. Path 2. Path 2 is the path of the daydreamer. Rather than putting you constantly to sleep, or rather than you dealing with nightmares in your sleep, I feed you hallucinogens full time, all the time. And they start to invade into reality for you. You will never be able to tell what's real and what's not. You will always have to fight shit that you can't necessarily be sure is there. And let's say it's an extreme threat to your actual life. It's a much more vicious, much more straightforward, and much faster progression. You would become an adult dragon very quickly along this line, but
Look at this
the
fucking
more-
insane. Like rapidly. Like at a rapid rate.
That's extremely correct. Especially because the more you hoard nightmares, the more real they become to you until eventually they would be able to actually fucking kill you. Your hallucinations will be able to wrap around your throat and go snap.
That seems suboptimal.
It's fast, it's strong, but it's also towing the line. You remember how I said nightmares are really close to hoarding insanity? That's the
Yeah.
pathway that leads that way. You're riding that line hard.
I see. Yeah, I think that's probably an ixnay on that one for the sake of everyone around me as well.
And then path 3. You keep your
Third
dreams. You keep your dreams to yourself. You don't passively generate low-level nightmares. Instead, you approach it very similarly to the way we did this. You remember that chart I gave you scratched out for breakpoints to, here's adulthood, here's elder, and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
We would be taking a few points in your life, of which I would be the judge of when you're ready for them, and I would take the equivalent of that pill I just fed you a minute ago that made you pass out, and I would plop it into your mouth. You'd probably go to sleep for like a year. And the whole time it would be far, far, far more intense nightmares than anything else that you would ever potentially think of. Daydreamer, normal sleep, they would not fight the kind of abominations that you would fight like this. But it's an instant, you hop up to the next step. Instant air quotes. It's not passive, it is full on, you're there. You're ready to move on.
Okay.
Now, you might say, "Oh, but what if I did path 1 and path 3? Those don't sound incompatible in any meaningful way." You're giving up a lot of the benefits of either one if you go this way. So, with path 1, you're trading safety, sanity, and consistency away for effectively night sleep and orienting the rest of your life around these big nightmare jumps. Path 3, you would the slow grind of I picked up another lesser nightmare, I picked up another lesser nightmare, would end up just being a waste for you because they're going to jump you to the next route anyway.
Let's see. I mean, the first one, essentially giving up my night's sleep. Question I have about that is, does that also mean that, like, I don't ever, like, get rested?
If dragons could have dark circles under their eyes in a meaningful capacity, you would. For the rest of your existence. You will be low on sleep.
Daydreamer sounds kind of cool, though.
Daydreamer seems like the worst one for actually being able to play with anyone. Sounds cool. It is the coolest sounding one to me as well, but that's how I actually kill somebody.
Atlas! You have bats in your skin! What? Bats?
Or even worse, I just
Yeah.
hallucinate something next to a townsperson if I'm ever in town.
The person
Evaporate.
next to you is a nightmare. I gotta crush its head.
Yeah. Reach over and pinch some dude's head. What? He was a nightmare. That was fucking. That was Rob. He worked at the bakery. I guess the only question I have about the third option then is how much further do I have to go until that next breakpoint? Since I can't.
So what would happen there is I would say you would either need to. So in order for me to approve, give you the thumbs up for the breakpoint from the baby dragon into the very next tier up, which I think,
Juvenile.
out of character, I told
Yeah.
you that in order for it to like be effectively considered a horde, you'd need about 10 of those things that you've got right now, right?
The low tier, yeah.
In order for you to get like the equivalent of a 10 times potency to your last batch, I would probably want you to decide on your affinity. That's gonna be my.
You're
That's gonna be
nightmare.
my. You're going to, for sure, make yourself a nightmare affinity dragon with a nightmare horde.
Yeah, I thought it'd be cool.
You do know that metaphysical affinities are going to physically reshape your body in ways that are going to potentially be disturbing to other living creatures. Yes,
Yes.
you will be very scary all the time, which may hurt your relations with the other races. Confirm second. Yes.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, out of character, Braden, are you anywhere near anyone else on the timeline currently, or are people still trying to speed up to catch you?
I think I'm past.
I believe you are past everyone else.
No, I think I've been past.
Oh, but who?
I'm in year 2, month 6, so maybe not. I thought I had been.
Christian, are you there? No, he's deafened. I'm pretty sure. Let me send him a quick message. Hello, Christian. I see you have undeafened. I have question for you.
Ah, shit, I was also muted. Yeah, let me, 1 second. Let me figure out where I'm at in the timeline.
Okay.
I just gotta remember how many days I went forward at the very end of the session.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, literally can just calculate it. Oh, no, I wrote it down. I'm at 110.23.
Okay, so he's still like 8 months behind me.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
Oh well.
Okay.
Melamazaro.
At all?
Yeah, that's all I wanted from you. If you were anywhere close to Braden, I was going to bring you in for something. However, you are not.
No, and I'm probably not going to move forward too much more anytime soon.
Okie dokie. So Melamazaro is going to look back down at you and say, "Alright, so here's the deal, kid. Here's the skinny on it.
Mhm.
The nightmares that you're going to be collecting in your head, because they are off into the plane at which the mental energies exist, they would take an extraordinarily long time to be potent enough to actually shift your affinity in the direction we want you to go. And the earlier you get your affinity in order, the better for your draconic growth."
Okay.
Now that you've decided that, I'm going to tell you. I didn't want to influence your decision making by telling you it was better to do it earlier than later.
I assumed that was the case anyway.
Yep. So, I'm going to have to pull some shit out of my back pocket for this. However, the shit that I got to pull out of my back pocket, it's up there. It's not stuff that I can just be like, oh, haha, very funny. This is one of my goofball old man pieces of
Knowledge
garbage.
pieces.
Yeah. This is legitimately something that is going to completely reshape your future by having this available to you. I cannot give it to you without a deal of some sort, very similar to how I shifted your physiology, well, rebirthed you into Dragnothorax. However, there is very little left of you that you could offer me in a meaningful capacity that would be worth this deal. I actually don't have a lot of really good suggestions here, because I need you to provide me something of great, great value, either of yourself, which you are still developing. That's the issue there. There's very little left of you that you don't need after the death of Randy. Or I would need it to come from one of your companions instead. They could get some benefits themselves from it. Don't get me wrong. This wouldn't be just them given because they owe you a $5 bill. But this is going to be something that is really, really big.
So, Johnny, I have to give him the credit for this. I have a question to John.
Mm-hmm.
How well can I trade things that even Dragnothorax isn't super aware of? Can I trade my fate point?
Ooh. Okay. It would burn it.
I assumed. But
Ooh.
it allows me to not fuck anybody else over potentially, and I can't think of anything off the top of my gourd. For one, like you said, there's not much to trade.
Yeah. He would have to take something pretty juicy out of somebody's hide in order to give you this.
And I don't find that particularly fair. So,
Like I said, they wouldn't be without benefit for it as well if they were to be a part of it, but it doesn't really matter. Nobody else is anywhere near you, so it's not a super feasible thing. I will allow it. So, Melamazzaro's eyes flash for a moment. He says, they start spinning a little bit in thought. He says, okay. I'm getting a memo from on high. There's an option here. Without relying on your buddies. This is an important bit for you. A very important one. But it's one that you could theoretically get back later, which is not the same case for a lot of other shit I'd need to ask for. He's gonna reach in, lean in real close, and cup your face with his claws. He says, "This is important here, buddy. I'm about to talk a shit that I can't really talk about to you, so we're gonna talk about it in vagaries instead. You are important. At a scale beyond that which anything has been revealed to you yet. You're part of an interwoven tapestry thread that starts at the beginning and ends at the end of the narrative. I can pluck your thread in exchange for kickstarting your story. This makes you less likely to get away with shit. You could think of it as me literally making you less lucky. But it has more effects than just that.
I see.
There's also always the choice of patience, of waiting, of going and hunting down something really cool to give me instead of this. Going and bothering your friends, going and making new friends, going to the Draconic Embassy and seeing what they have to offer you instead for affinity development. Maybe it's been developed way higher technology than my ancient ass primeval methods that I'm going to have to offer you. There is other shit you can try, but this is an option that we can go down now.
I feel like there's something really cool about the ink. I still imagine he's holding my face, and Drog's cheeks are like oddly squished, like you could like a dog or a cat. He's
Yes, that's exactly what's happening.
Ancient primordial shit sounds cool.
A stick is also ancient and primordial compared to a laser sword.
Should you want me to go? We don't have a Draconic Embassy. I don't. Or do we now, John?
We didn't get one, but there's no saying that one can't be developed over time. Go carve out an area and then literally just start making embassies, borrow money from folks. There's a future. There's a possibility. All of it would take extra effort, though. He wants to just make it clear that this isn't your only option.
Yes. I still think I'll go with it, just because I find this more interesting. I know the fate point's a big deal, but I think it'd be an interesting. I feel like it'd be a good place to use it, if not just for like, I need to reroll.
Okay. He's gonna pull back.
Is there any extra? Is it just because it's a fate point that it's able to be traded for this, or is there any extra benefit from it being a fate point? Is a question I have for you, John.
It being a fate point is the only thing that makes it important enough to trade for what he has to offer you.
Okay, that's fine. I was just wondering. All right.
So he's gonna reach out and he's gonna tap you on the head. Dractothorax, you don't feel any different.
As far as you can tell, nothing changed.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, nothing changed. After all of that doom and gloom and it's serious talk time with no jokes, he seems to have taken something from you that you never really knew was there anyway. You also don't see it in his hand or anything like that. He doesn't like manifest it kind of like the Potentia did whenever you guys handed over sparkly anything.
Something
It's just
far
gone.
too esoteric and conceptual to even.
You
All
may
right.
set your fate points to 0 out of 0 until I state otherwise.
Sounds good.
All right. Let's find a good location. So, you're going to get picked up by the scruff of your neck.
Getting awful
and
used to that.
He is going to start slithering. You find the world shifting into black and blue, very similar to the vision you got whenever you were melded with him, as you start moving very, very fast. You scout out the whole tile, and then you don't even have the time to say, wait a minute, what? Before Melamazaro has dived you deep into the earth. Pitch black. You see flashes of crazy paradises, of diamond fields and lava pools, and beautiful sunlit prairies filled with birds the size of Empire State Buildings. You keep going down and looking around and rummaging. Still, just incredibly fast. You wouldn't even be able to say how many seconds have passed while all of this happens.
I was looking at a PowerPoint presentation.
You go really, really deep. If you had to make a guess, you would maybe say 7 layers down. And once you get there...
Question,
instantly-
John. One of our tasks was to delve.
No.
Okay,
Unfortunately
I
not.
was wondering, because...
In the same way that you wouldn't get credit for killing a monster if Melamazaro killed it, you're not getting credit for being brought along like this.
Okay.
As you land, Melamazaro covers your eyes before what you can see hurts you. And then there's a conspicuous deafened sound. Just like somebody dropped a pillow on the world. Just like, phew. And then absurd silence. When you open up your eyes, when he allows you to open up your eyes again, you see yourself in a suspiciously empty cavern where the walls shift and move, and the ground is covered in this oily, thick, iridescent substance.
Nightmare blue on layer 7.
Melamazaro has 3 scratches on his cheek. Each of them are bleeding blue ichor.
I reach up with my inconsequential heel ring I still have, John.
He gives you the most pitiful look you've ever seen. Like,
it's like a baby reached up at me and like, owie.
you get your head pats. He's going to put a standard Band-Aid on his cheek, and so he just has a Band-Aid on his token for the rest of the scene.
That thing didn't go down without a fight, is what I'm hearing.
All right. So I have asked the locals to take a nap for a bit. This is the place most aligned with Nightmare that I can find on your planet currently. There are some better places if we were to check the whole of the solar system, but you're not really prepared to space travel just yet.
Someone, oh, okay.
Maybe if you were a bit higher level, a bit tougher, I could afford to take you, but this should be sufficient for our goals. Okay. Start digging, as he's going to point to a impression in the ground.
I do my little hand claw things, little scoops, start digging as best I can.
You can tell that you're literally just moving dirt. If you had to carve anything meaningful, like a couple of times you hit a rock and it just ting. The durability of materials down here is at an incredible level. But you can just scoop up dirt and then toss it to the side. He asks you to keep digging and burrowing out until you've got about a 6-foot deep pit and about 10 feet wide. So it takes you a while. You can assume it'll take you about 300 stamina.
Okay.
As soon as you're done, Melamazaro is going to hand you effectively a bottle of water and says, clean yourself up best you can.
Can I make myself kind of humanoid shaped with my shape shifting so it's easier to wipe myself down?
You can shape your joints and bones so that you can be temporarily bipedal for a bit. It's not super comfortable, but you can manage it, and that'll let you wash plenty.
Okay.
So you get cleaned up, and while you were cleaning up, Melamazaro had pulled a vial out of his mouth. He uncorks it, and a smell infiltrates your nose. It's burning brightly with the smell of value. Your sense of valuation, you know how Melamazaro was warning you that if you had developed ivory before you had solidified your hoard, you would almost instinctively start like, say, ivory is the most valuable thing I've ever seen in my life. I have to have it.
Yeah.
You can smell. This is at least of the same level of juice as he starts pouring it in. Melamazaro says, do not ask me any questions about what this is. Do not ask me any questions about how to acquire it. Do not ask me any questions about what exactly this is going to do to you before it's done, because any further knowledge about what this substance is, including even its state of real matter, is going to raise the amount of greed in your head and set your instincts to check marking it as less impossible to hoard. Do not the
I see.
juice.
I see. It's just the nice perfume.
Yep, that's all you do. That's all you think of it as. He continues pouring. It looks like a little, almost like laboratory vial, about the length of a human finger, but he pours from that vial until the pool is full. And then corks it again and swallows it. Then he's going to sigh and say, "All right, this is one of the bad parts. This is where a good chunk of your payment is coming in, buddy." And instead of reaching into his mouth, he's going to lean his jaw up and reach under into the shadows of his neck and shove his hand deep, deep, deep into what looks like the base of where his skull would be. Grab something and yank. The band-aided cuts on his cheek form start bleeding again, and a tear drops out of his eye of the same ichor blue before he has ripped it out with a clear Velcro tearing sound. It appears to be a tiny little parasite in his claws that's constantly wiggling and lets loose a scream for just a moment. That one scream takes away one of your willpower. Not a permanent cap, but just enough to be like, oh, I'd have to retrain it.
Okay.
Before it can scream any further, he tosses it into the pool, and the pool goes pitch black, and then flashes to the same iridescent, oily look that you have started to associate with Nightmare.
I have no words for him. I'm just kind of staring at him, just kind of afraid and worried.
And Lazaro shudders and goes, "Oh shit, that was a nasty one." He wipes his face again, reapplies another bandage, wipes his eye. Pro tip, buddy. When you become a being of pure mental experience, the creatures of the mental landscape are far more real to you than ever was before.
Makes sense, because you are mental. Like, might as well just be physical at that point.
Yep. That right there was a particularly nasty one when I had my last bad dream a couple thousand years ago. Very, very no good. Not good. Very bad. But it's also the best thing I have for you to set up your future. This is going to be another rebirth. Another really bad one. We are accelerating potentially hundreds of years of alignment with the element of your choice, and this is a lot more irreversible than before. You know how I said, oh, you can go sit by a volcano for 100 years and then go sit under the ocean for 1,000 years. After this, nah. This is you
Nah.
for life.
All right.
I don't know how long it's going to take you. I do know that it's going to be absolute ass cancer. It's going to suck. Usually, with things like this, I would be like, I'd look that way and count to 3, and then I'd throw your ass in like a football. Not this time. This is going to be all you.
Uh-huh. Do you have any advice that you can share?
So... mind over body is already something that dragons have a lot more to worry about with than humans, as I'm sure you've noticed. This is going to be something that you have to deal with even more than most going forward into this experience and going forward forever after it, but especially with this.
Okay.
If you do not keep a clear mental image of the direction you want to go, of who you want to be, of how you want to be it, then change, which is inevitable for Nightmare, is going to define you, and you will become this little squiggoth. Are you familiar with what a squiggoth is?
Oh. What's a squiggoth? I'm looking it up. Alien species fandom. Oh nope, squiggoth is a fucking. I don't know what a squiggoth is, John. I didn't.
Give
That's
me a
Helldivers
moment.
thing. Oh, from Warhammer.
Yeah,
Okay.
you will become a twisted little abomination.
Duly noted. So basically, just keep that shit locked down.
Here's a good image. So it's this plus more tentacles. Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
That would be really bad.
Yes.
That's not as cute as I thought it was gonna be.
Okay. What's going on?
Nothing's happened yet. It's
So
just a potential outcome if things go really, really bad.
there's nothing saying that you can't sit and meditate before you jump in there for at least a bit. There's a limit to its potency. We can't just like leave it here and go have a whole sit down session. You have to jump in relatively soon. But there's nothing saying you can't have a clear image before you go in.
Okay. I'll do that, John.
Mhm.
The image I have of my dragon form that I want, like in the in game, is to
Okay.
be like this tall white dragon covered in like weird spatial, like things that just don't make sense, like eyes in places that don't make sense, teeth in places that don't make sense, maybe even spiny, but mostly retaining like a regular dragon shape. I'm just talking about like the physical identity. Um, the issue I have right now is like knowing what I want to be. I don't know what Nightmare Dragons can do, can't do.
And Melamazzaro is not at liberty to share that with you if he knows. He knows a lot of shit about a lot of shit.
A
Don't get
lot
me
of it
wrong.
for me though, what I want, because I know we can't really explain, is like I like the idea of like mimicry, but just being uncanny inherently, like the ability to play on like an enemy or something's worst fear intrinsically, like without having to go like, oh, I use mental magic to try and figure out what they're afraid of. It's just kind of like when they, if I, whenever I choose to anyway, I don't know how much choice I'll have in the matter. Just manifests as something very unnerving and unsettling. A lot of it comes
Just a
down to
moment.
okay.
I am acquiring something for you.
Okay.
How does this look?
See, that looks pretty in line with what I was thinking, just on like the baby scale.
You aren't growing up yet, so this would be what you would look like right now.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty in line.
Any important characteristics about it or nifty traits that you're like, oh, that's what I would have. It's kind of okay, but this is what I really wanted. That you could use to be like, okay, iterate. Not quite, almost. Or is this pretty well locked in?
The only thing that is kind of missing is like moss on it as well, but that would be hard to iterate well.
Let's try this.
I also know I'm running out of time.
That's true. This is good enough as a direction for now. So this is what sticks in your head, plus some extra teefs. Toofas.
Mhm.
That is plenty then. So, you you can either explain this to Melamazaro, or just be like, I got it locked in, boss.
I explained it to him in case he has any like, no. But I bet he could.
He says that it has some unintended but interesting consequences for you.
I will accept that.
Very interesting, very interesting.
Okay.
He's
well,
trying to find out if there's a warning that he needs to provide you that is worth the potential nuh-uh from the system.
is there one?
Beware the Fae.
Beware the Fae.
That's all I can give you, boss.
I will accept that for what it's worth and my vague understanding of what that means. Well, I guess there is no time like the present, or the present. Guess I kind of give him a little wave, a little pat on his little band-aid. Slowly saunter into the pool of fuck time.
At first, whenever you stick a claw in, it doesn't hurt. It feels like super fizzy bubbly. Like you're stepping into like a super carbonated, syrupy bath. And that's not too bad. It's a little weird sensation, especially against your scales, but you get all the way in. You don't have any buoyancy, so you are just kind of walking on the bottom hippo style to get to the center of the pool. You kind of look around, and you're like, well, what next? And that's when the pain hits.
And then next happens.
You can feel each and every one of your scales be the first to go. They pop off of you. The skin underneath is a lot more sensitive than you ever thought it would be. Don't lose your scales. It's no good. No good. People will take advantage of that to kill you 100% of the time.
Mm.
And then each and everything after that slowly goes away. If it is only the immense trust you have for Melamazaro, and the fact that this would be the weirdest fucking way to kill you, that prevents you from thinking he's actually trying to murder you. Just like, if he wanted to, it wouldn't be like this. But God, it feels like I'm dying right now.
If he was going to, this is a very odd way to go about it.
Your consciousness remains even after your nervous system fails. It diffuses throughout the pool of liquid.
Mm.
And this is where keeping your image in mind comes in really clutch, because you feel something hit you. This is the first time you felt it directly. This is the channeled force of nightmare-fueled change. It says you are being hit by 100 screams of, oh, go this way, oh, go that way, more teeth, more claws, be bigger, be smaller, burrow, have a billion tiny legs, infinitely long whiskers, be falling. How do you be falling? That stubs your mental toe for a minute, and it almost gains some ground on you, but it doesn't care. It will force whatever it can onto you, as long as you give it any amount of room to
Is
do
it
so.
possible to go into my mind palace while my consciousness is diffused?
You think that might help you quite a bit?
Well, I might have. Well, since it's something I've invested in training.
You jump in, and it's beaten at your door.
That's fine.
Unlike
We batten the hatches.
Unlike the last time it was the lesser nightmares were beaten at your door, you can tell it getting inside here is an inevitability. What you need to do is ensure that whenever it washes in, you have channeled it appropriately.
Could I use this as an opportunity to get more of it as well?
There's not more to be had. You are the ocean around you, as
Well, I
well
meant,
as
like-
your consciousness.
Oh, okay, so I just meant like hoarding it essentially.
Oh, no.
Okay, so we just need to protect the important spaces such as my emotions, my memories, and my image of myself.
Yep. That one, actually, you want to carve into fucking diamond as one of the main adamant pieces of your house, and then let the shit wash over it.
Okay. Well, I suppose I begin to rearrange, keeping like the things that are very imperative to me, such as companions.
I'm not even going to make you roll this because you made the right decision of jumping into your mind palace. I would have been had you made a bunch of other rolls had you not. And you have already preemptively trained your mind palace to a really high level. So the passive defenses of your mind palace is sufficient to get you through this.
All right. Cool.
You are going to wake up 1 week later.
A week has passed.
And you can assume that you are very close to the image I sent you. If you want to find a new one or generate one otherwise, go for it. But that is the effectively how you look like.
All right. I got like 5 minutes left, John.
Yep. So, when you awaken, Milamazaro tosses you a piece of meat.
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Huge piece of meat. It's probably from one of the beasts he ended up putting down in that brief moment he hid your eyes. It's got nightmare blood in it.
Oh.
Feels very nice. Feels
Chomp, chomp, chomp,
super
chomp.
juicy. Very, very good. And he says, "All right, that'll do you.
That'll do, big.
You look very spooky, very scary, very skeletons."
That feels like a very big compliment coming from you.
Oh, it is. You're gonna have to deal with the fear rating, though.
That's okay. How much of it is hideable is a real question we have to fight. Using dark magic. How much of it can be hidden using dark magic is the real question in the future.
Oh, in the future, I have no idea. However, I now have a new document for you, Braden.
Oh,
So, just a moment.
Well, John finds that document, Braden. Also, I was thinking about while listening to your body transformation was your fucking mental atlas just sitting on the porch while this shit's happening.
what's going on out there?
Well, he's outside. And it's all just like there's just one little sun ray, just where he's sitting on your porch.
Hello, hello.
Chewing on some meat
Yes.
pit
It's
jerky.
at 7.
We started at 6 today.
I'm
You look to the nightmare ocean to your, well, in every direction. You say, "I love this part." Have you seen this
You'll
before?
fill me in a minute.
Like manifests a bag of popcorn and just sits there and watches.
Sorry, I
Technically,
can't
my mind
comprehend
palace
what
is
you're
strong
saying.
enough to do it.
Mhm.
See,
Oh,
if
you're
I had
dumb, I
Robin
comprehend.
manifested in there, it would be like Robin just like trying to do weird shit with the fluid.
Yeah.
Robin's like, what if I turn myself into 8%? Ah! Whoa, not that.
What if I turn myself
It's okay.
into and then
Leave her?
Yeah, you can leave it for right now.
disappears?
And then whenever he
And then
gets finished building his body, there's a little mouth like on his tail, and that's Robin. She got
Oh,
sucked
how they
in.
got over there?
Is she
Became part of Drac.
Dude, that'd be kind of terrifying if we became like ghouls that were a part of his body structure.
Mm-hmm. Bro.
Oh,
Like-
interesting, John. Yeah.
He like summon nightmarish versions of our visage.
Oh, I'm sure he will eventually get to the point where he can. And I promise you, Nightmare Atlas will probably be used quite a bit.
Dude, that's gonna be like Demon John.
I just so I have a fear rating now.
Yep.
I have a fear rating associated with my character.
I don't believe this is something that the other players, other than Johnny, of course, have ever actually dealt with. So you may share this information with your boys if you so choose, along with your new token.
This is the placeholder token
the
for right
placeholder.
now.
Oh.
The placeholder token. Many eyes. More teeth in there as
True.
well. Once I get it really figured out.
Now we got 2 eye characters.
True. Let me look at something real quick.
Go for it.
So 1 to 5. The must roll a willpower test with a penalty based on the fear rating. What is the penalty for 1?
-10.
-10. And for every oh, so I'm already pretty fucking spooky.
Oh, you're super, super damn scared.
Oh, okay.
I assume you're gonna find a scarier token though eventually.
I'm gonna have to because that looks more cute. That looks unnerving, but like in a cute way still.
So
Is it a
it's
baby
not even
dragon?
about how you look. It's about how you interface with the world. You could be a stone on the ground with a fear rating.
So it's just because of the affinity I have.
Yep.
It's like an unnerving sense.
An aura.
So
Must roll on the table 8 through 12, the shock table.
that's the link I provided.
Roll a D100 and add 10 for every degree of failure. That means technically I could just drive some normal fuck insane right now.
Oh wait,
We're
so
going
we
to the
we're gonna have to roll willpower when near drug or go insane.
Oh yeah.
One sec, buddy.
Nice.
Good old dragon.
Yeah, so I'm looking at these charts, John.
Mhm.
There's a lot of insanity points on the low end.
Oh yeah.
Well, and permanent willpower damage.
Hmm?
Can I still compete in the tournament?
Yeah. This would
But
be
I-
considered like a racial trait.
A little spooky for what we may end up running into.
Well, it's also like your racial trait, adaptability. This guy's racial trait, he kills you if you look at it.
This has racial trait. If you interact with him, you go into shock.
And die.
The character screams and vomits uncontrollably for 1d5 rounds.
That's like a level of being afraid that you would never that we as people would never encounter in real life. Almost.
No. Like, the highest you go is like the frozen in terror or panic, like flee.
Mm.
But I mean, I guess some people do faint from fear, but that's relatively rare. But like,
Some people do
Putting-
throw up. fear.
yeah,
Like I don't know what it would be like to be supernaturally afraid of something. Like
The
this table
character-
implies.
the character laughs hysterically and randomly attacks anything near in a manic frenzy.
We just walk into the dungeon, and Atlas gets one bad willpower roll.
So I have
So
a
that's
question
like-
about this now, John.
Hmm.
Encounters a creature. So is this just like when they see me, or is this a constant?
So it's going to be a jump scare, pretty much. Whenever you enter into a room with somebody and they see you for the first time, they have to roll on this table. But after whatever they roll, that's pretty much what they've got for the time being. That's not necessarily always how fear ratings work, but that's how we'll be running with them for you for the time being. They won't have to re-roll until they effectively lose sight of you again. So you can't spam this with stealth.
Which I have.
But for your
You're telling me I can go into the tournament and ooga booga somebody?
Oh yeah, you can absolutely ooga booga stealth spook people as your strategy.
Until
You're
they
a
fucking
nightmare.
die.
Yeah.
Could I technically counter this by closing my eyes?
Yes, if you cannot perceive, well, you can close your eyes, but you cannot close your aura vision. Huh?
I can put my aura hands over my eyes.
You feel your aura just kind of shaking, like, what the fuck is that?
Well, actually, I don't know if my aura would defend against this low of a fear rating.
Your aura would not be sufficient defense on its own for this.
Really?
It's a
So,
fear
at
rating
least-
1 out of 4 at max.
I know.
That-
I could push back against the words of power. So I was kind of
you never push back against the words power.
did I?
Well, you never like meaningfully did so.
You
could
push
apply
back against molasses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we never did a word of power. That's right.
What would happen with the words of power is I warn Jared each time that Robin is the user, but stress is being put on him for using these absolutes, and he will get more stress put on him if he's using it against something that's stronger than him, which Atlas was.
So you were beating the wielder, not the weapon.
Yeah.
So
You do believe now that you have this example, it's shit like this that your aura is protecting you from, though, from a very far distance.
do I have any other do I have some weird fear defense with this?
You engage with fear in a different way than usual. It's not that you have necessarily a defense, but if you were to go up against a fear rating, it would like effectively invert into a comfortable environment.
Interesting. So being in scary places makes me comfortable. And being
Yeah.
in calm places makes me uncomfortable? Or is it
Uh, It's a little bit of being super exposed, being observed. You don't like hospitals, for instance. Um, and sometimes you can push that really far in. You don't like universities. That you really don't like universities. That's a big one. Places of study, of enlightenment, of understanding, of being like, we must not fear them, we must understand them. We fear them because we don't understand them. Those
The
are really,
understanding rating is more painful to me.
yeah, that's really uncomfortable to you. Um, you also don't like to be studied anymore.
Makes
Like
sense.
that might not have been something that you ever did like before, but like you might have been willing to work with like a scholar who wanted to be like, let me find out how you work so that we can use this for the betterment of humanity. That shit would be god awful for you now.
That would just be a no. So
No, fuck.
yeah, yeah, it's kind of crazy that it starts with a base 100.
Yeah.
And I mean, that means if someone passes, they could still have to flee in fear as fast as possible if they rolled poorly.
You don't have to roll on the shock table if you pass the willpower.
What's up? What's what I'm saying? Where are you finding these?
I found it on the ground. Is there an open can on the ground?
No.
Well, that's the second one I found.
Well, I guess it was just more of a question of like if they roll poorly. I mean, on the rolling the shock table.
Yep.
Because I mean, most things don't have more than 70 willpower inherently.
We will play around with how it works.
Yeah, I
Next
mean, my
time.
turn's over.
Thank you very
One
much, Draugnathorix. We move on. Who's
I'm
next?
assuming we return back to the overworld as well after this. Okay. Cool. Aaron, something you want to tell me? I'll be back.
That would be
Maybe.
Jared, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Robin.
Wow.
Wow.
Robin's turn.
Oh, wait, I forgot Connor was the other pro. I thought Jared was, but I mean, yeah, I don't care who goes.
There was 3 prior. It was Connor, Jared, and Braden.
Ah, okay, yeah, it would be Jared.
Well, it's Robin's turn, and I think I'm actually going to do stuff this session.
Bro,
Whoa, no way.
I don't believe you.
Um,
Not a character.
so I have my 1 million point gigabar, but I don't actually have that much. I wouldn't be able to complete it that fast. I wish I could level up before I did this, so I'd have a little bit more mana.
You have like a ridiculous amount of mana with your suck.
Not ridiculous. I can just get up to my times 10 theoretically. So
Hmm.
it depends on how hard I went. If I spent 4,000 mana a day, I could get it done in 250 days. And then 5,000 mana, I could get it in 200. Let me see. Fastest would be a little under 140 days. But if I was Robin, I wouldn't want to go as fast as possible because I just that would be too exhausting. So I'll probably do. Let me do some calculation real quick.
Does that come off too? No. Everything all good? Mhm.
Yeah. Jared's doing some calculations.
Good.
Jared's mathing.
I always like, take off your headset and then you come back and like nothing's happening. I'm just like, someone calling me? What's happening?
Yeah.
So while Jared's calculating, Johnny, what are your thoughts on the development of somebody going down the nightmare route in a campaign where that's not an essential part of the universal building blocks?
I think it's fine. I think it's great. I think it is a great way to introduce like it's just like aspects of the dream and what we imagine, right? But also different from what I'm used to, I guess. And I think it's going to be fun to see, just like, because I kind of imagine the same thing for Braden with like what people see first, or they dive into their deep fears and kind of present that and be afraid of it. And it should be fun to see your NPCs have to roll on the table.
That second part? What?
So nightmare is a thing in the original universe that a lot of the games were inspired by, but it means more than just the kind of nightmares people have when they go to bed. It has a lot more connotations to it. It's a faction. It's a status. It's a symbol of change and revolution and chaos at the metaphysical level, and also corruption.
Yeah,
There's a
very
way.
much corruption. Yeah.
There's a shitload of nonsense that goes into it. So it would be impossible to just be like, I'm a character based around bad dreams, because you would inevitably end up dealing with the actual nightmares.
Real easy way to think about it is a flip of your character in a sense, but also a lot more chaos, like John was saying, a lot more random stuff. For example, the nightmares we're used to have negative stats.
Yep. And in order to pass rolls, they must fail,
Yeah.
which includes things like, how do I hit this nightmare? Well, you have to fail. But I have a 100% chance to hit. That means you have a 100% chance to fail. Get fucked, loser.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Is Jared still calculating?
I don't think we were actually talking to anybody there, Johnny.
You're just talking to ourselves.
Oh, were y'all talking to me?
Yeah, I was talking to you.
Oh, I walked away whenever you were talking to Johnny.
Okay, it's funny.
Sorry, I'm cleaning my pipe right now, and I was getting some hot water to clean off the alcohol.
We were talking about how Nightmare is different in the campaigns run by Matt and his extended universe, and how it wouldn't really be possible to do what Braden's doing.
Well, I mean, granted, like 90% of what we do in your campaigns is not what anybody should be allowed to do and be. Well,
Okay.
You ready to go, Jared? Let's see.
Yeah, I pick out my spots that I'm gonna come back to. Well, actually, no, I'm probably not gonna go to the same spot every day because I get kind of bored. But I'll go to a spot. Maybe I go to Atlas's field one day, and then the pond another day, and then
you go to Atlas's field, you see Atlas doing the exact fucking same thing you're doing.
Yeah, you guys both finished training in the room, and then immediate was like, you know what? Now that I've got body control, I'm going to master my soul.
Actually, I didn't get body control. I just got scanned. But
I couldn't remember if you had put in all the work to get that.
I think Evan's doing it.
Yes, Evan did do that.
Okay, so what day am I on? Day 14. Sounds kind of accurate. So this is gonna be in 16 days. It's gonna put me in month 4. And I'm not going to use my stamina for anything because I'm going to need it to walk back to my bed.
Makes sense to me.
What are you doing? You're not working hard enough.
I see points of stamina that could be spent in the training room. I can smell them.
That's the training room yelling at you as you walk by.
Fucking training room.
That's why you're gonna go blind in 3 years.
Just gotta control. I gotta body control my eyes.
All right. So you
Gonna go
spend
blind.
7 months and some change. Does that fill out your 1,000,000 mana bar?
Yes. Wait a minute. Yes.
So what month are you on now?
Year 1, month 10, day 26.
No fucking shot.
We on the same day?
I'm 3 days behind you.
Whoa!
You guys are
We're
pretty
finally
close.
close.
Honestly, this is probably a good good opportunity. You guys are finishing your Dow on pretty much the same day. Might be good to get some practice with each other in.
Can we get some practice in, Jared?
Maybe.
But first, let's talk about what it feels like. So, explain to me how you'd look on the last day. You felt this whole time that you've been grinding away at something, investing yourself into this understanding. I'm assuming that you were just going and sitting out places, meditating on the prospect. What are you looking like on the final day?
I'm basically a couple tiles over from the house that we don't have. And I'm on a grassy hillside with laying on the side with my hands behind my head, just kind of watching the clouds move, thinking about the last little bits of my Dow. thinking of how it all came to this point and what my intentions are and what I would do in certain situations. Like, well, I don't have. I have examples in mind, but I'll save those for later. And basically, I'm feeling pretty calm.
All right,
Is it-
Jared.
I've
We
ended a.
Hmm?
I was gonna say Robin's ended a lot of these meditation sessions in tears and existential fear, but she's feeling okay right now. And a trepidatious calmness.
you feel something bubbling up from your gut. The calm is overtaken by a feeling of purpose. It's time. Make a decision now. Are you hiding it or declaring it? If you're hiding it, we'll have to jump into another call to do your discussions and practice and learning and understanding of stuff.
If I am not hiding it, does this mean I'm telling it to the other characters or the
They will know.
other?
Meta wise, or just like actually in character though?
You would have heard
They-
mine 3 days ago, John.
Gotcha.
Mm,
That's not to say everyone else in the universe will know it, but this is a step in the direction you plan to take. And it's a big one.
well, if I say it out loud, it is. It puts more danger on everybody. And do I have the capability of like asking people if they would um if they're willing to take on that burden, or do I have to just decide?
You have to decide. Nobody else can make this particular decision for you, even if it's impacting other people.
Um, so choosing hide or don't hide right now, is that going to dictate whether I hide or don't hide it going into the future?
You can think of this as your initial big long step down one of these pathways. It's not to say you can't turn around, walk back around, and make the loop, but it would be inefficient and backtracking.
If I choose to say it out loud and I choose, and like, for instance, someone in the tournament asks me what my Dow is, and I say I would prefer not to say, would that also set me back? Do I have to say it every time?
It would set you back a little bit, yes. Every time somebody demanded you declared, you say, "Hey, what's your business?" Or they announced their Dow to you, and you didn't respond with your own. It would be a step back along the path of empowering things through being straightforward and open and carving it into the universe.
Yeah, this is kind of a problem.
I will go ahead and say now, Jared, that for a lot of people, they could get away with kind of fudging the details of exactly what they're doing, but specifically the way you intend to use this, since it interacts with something literally everyone also uses, it would be impossible to at least find out that what you're doing is going to be dealing with the system in some way. And that's kind of the most dangerous part to hide anyway.
You mean that's the most dangerous part to say?
Yeah, the most dangerous part to say, yeah. And that's going to be pretty that's going to be something that pretty much everyone will notice at some point. Hiding your Tao or not. Just because literally everyone deals with it.
Hmm.
They won't know how you do it, which is still very valuable to hide, but that's kind of the spookiest part, and the one that you may be worried would call danger on your head. So they're gonna know regardless.
Oh, so they're gonna know. So there's no point in hiding it.
They're gonna know that you interact with the system in some way, regardless, because it's impossible to hide that fact from a universe that uses the system on an individual basis, every single one of them. That will be your reputation. How you do it is still very valuable to hide, because then people don't know what your limits are.
Mm, so the exact wording of my Tao would be the thing worth hiding.
Yep.
Fuck.
Hmm. Um. Um. I'll say it out loud. Fuck it.
It bubbles up from your chest. Declare it to the universe.
You're all.
Uh. Robin's Tao. Malware infiltrates a system and exploits it.
This
Oh,
whisper reverberates through everyone's ears as it covers the whole of the planet. When Atlas declared his Tao, strength is force given purpose. It was a thunderclap booming across everywhere. This is sneaky. People will find them almost mouthing along the words like a song that had wormed its way into your head and repeats over and over and over. Everyone knows, and you are empowered for it. Malware infiltrates the system and exploits it, is woven into the fundamental being that is Robin. Congratulations.
Boom.
Also, malware is a sick villain name.
He's right, you know.
It's a pretty good one.
Especially if it's
True.
campaign with the system. That's cool.
Kind of a crazy coincidence.
Who would have ever pieced that together? Be a real genius.
Like me, the smartest man alive, Atlas Strode.
And also the most humble.
All right, Jared.
Yeah.
Things feel different for you now. It's almost a matter of whenever you lay a hand on something, you kind of feel like it's soft, pliable. Like if you just tried really hard, you could maybe shove your hand inside it. You try a couple times after, and it doesn't really work, but it's that feeling it maintains.
I need bones for my meat.
You need bones for your meat. How are you applying your narrative power? You are narratively good at infiltrating a system and exploiting it. Where's your infiltration? Where's your system? And what's your exploit? Find those things, and you will be Gucci.
Gucci.
Be fucking coochie now, son.
Considering you also have a malediction that is freely available for you to write up yourself, and we were putting off until your Tao was done. You have a very good tool to solve all three of those things.
Yes. I guess it doesn't matter now because the fucking grandiose heard me, but along with everybody else. So he can actually help me with full knowledge of what I intend to use it for.
He says, buddy, listen, I have such good ideas. You want to hear him? You want to hear him?
Yes.
All
Go
right.
on.
Idea 1. Picture this. Pitch time.
Mm.
AoE malediction. Let's call it relatively small for the purposes of keeping it vibed. With the effect, literally state on the skill, infiltrate the local system.
Oh. You see, I knew that I'd have some say, because the word system is interpretable in a lot of ways, and the most basic is any two things that are doing something together can be a system. So if you I guess it would be not a bad idea to dictate an area to define as a system that you can exploit. Well, actually, no, you're not. This spell wasn't that, was it?
No, it was not. It was infiltrate the local system. Capital S. Giving you a doorway into your character sheet, local character sheets, items that the system is managing,
Oh,
information that the system is managing.
oh, you mean that system already?
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a minute before I could get in there.
For literally anyone else, absolutely. But your DAO, you have narrative control over malware infiltrates a system and exploits it. As long as you define a system as the system using a puncture point, a pressure point, which is this spell, then you're good. What you can do with it might not be infinite control or anything like any nonsense like that, but you could most certainly get it started right now. Thing you'd be missing, because it would be a little bit too much for this spell, is specifically building in an exploit. That would be up to you. But this would give you the infiltrates, and it would give you a system.
Would my other spells, like buffs and debuffs, be enough to exploit certain factors of a system?
That's going to be up to you. Yes, absolutely they could. But that's a part of where application comes in at. I'm very good at spellcasting. Very, very good at spellcasting. Because I'm the suit that gives you spell knowledge. But spellcasting specifically to take advantage of this narrative power here, I had a really good idea with that first one, but like I wouldn't be able to tell you, oh, here's a super cool, weird, niche way to use Seep that treats somebody's body as a system and exploits their heart out of their chest. I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know.
I can tell you how to cast a spell super good. I can give you great spell ideas for spell generation, but using the ones you have specifically along that path, it's kind of going to be up to you, buddy.
Up to me, buddy. Mm, I know a lot of the. I know a lot of system interfaces have an anti mana barrier around them. Does that stop any of this from happening?
Ooh,
Because
what a fun question.
the aura, I don't know if that's probably requires mana throughout the entire thing, which so it wouldn't reach like the teleporter or an accolade.
It probably will not do that early on unless you specifically build in Magic Pierce. And who the fucking knows what level of Magic Pierce you would need to get past a system no-no zone. But that's not to say it's impossible. For
I don't guess
one,
you can. I don't guess you can include Magic Pierce in a spell like baseline. Not like a meaningful amount of it.
you can, but you take up the like, let's say you wanted to have a fireball that did 100 damage, and then you said, well, what if I wanted to do Magic Pierce so that it actually hurts somebody with 100% fire resistance? Well, then it'd do 90 damage with 10 fire pierce, or 80 damage with 20 fire pierce, so on and so forth.
Yeah, the power budget has to balance out for the spell.
Hmm.
Okay.
So there's a lot of
And-
different ways that you could design the development of this theoretical infiltrate the local system. You could say pierce harder and further into things as you level up. You could improve your range with it as you level up. You could specifically build in abilities for exploiting as you in the sub levels as you level up. That's going to be up to you. There's a lot of cool stuff to do there, but how you want to do that, I mean, like I can only help so much there.
Does the base spell and the levels of the spell do those have separate power budgets, or does the whole spell have power budgets that even the levels can take away from the base?
The base spell and the levels have separate power budgets. For the
Okay.
most part. There are going to occasionally, rarely, be things that were like a lot of sub-level was required in order for something to make sense. And so it had to pull so hard it pulled from the main budget. But for the vast majority of the time, you can assume that those two are separate.
Okay. Hmm. I think. Allow me to write that down. So, what is the purpose of this being an aura rather than a targeted spell?
There are going to be... It being an aura saves you a lot of bother later on with targeting the right thing to actually impact what you want to impact. It gives you a... Oh, what's the right way to say this?
It honestly kind of it lets me like into local systems, but it also creates another like I could consider everything within the aura of this malediction to be another system that I can like adjust things within, probably.
Not quite the direction I was going for, although if you want to go down that route at some point, maybe. So picture this. You are in a location and you want to fuck with the local system. Where's the local system right now? Point at it.
So true. Not really something you can point at, I guess,
Not
because
really.
it's kind of
no.
everywhere.
That's what the purpose of the AoE is, in order to make it a comprehensive coverage. There's technically, there are specialized variations of this if you wanted to really go at it. You could be like, target the system integration of an individual soul with the spell. And that be you could walk up to somebody and grab the little chains that weave their way through their aura and specifically target that. But that would give you a lot of control in a very narrow area, which is not what you want for a freeform spell. For the most part. You want a freeform spell to cover as many different circumstances as you could possibly run into in the future, so that you don't have to worry about having made it too specialized.
And I suppose at baseline, all auras extend from the self.
Yep.
You can't cast them from like a location.
All auras extend from the self.
Is it
There
possible to make a
is
skill that lets you cast them from another space?
absolutely. There's definitely meta skills for that, or sub levels as well. There is one exception to that rule that you already have that you could work off of. Molasses.
Oh, true. Guess I could study that if I wanted to make a skill for that, which I very likely will need because I'm probably going to want to. I have a few auras that I'm going to want to cast, like not for myself. It'd be dangerous to my body and flesh for me to do that, as you know.
So as you are right now, you've got narrative control over your Tao. But as you noticed, you need some bones. So unfortunately, practicing with Atlas probably wouldn't be good for you, at least until you get this new spell done. After you get the new spell done, absolutely. But
Yeah.
the alternative is also finding ways to leverage your spells with your Tao. That's not necessarily something that's impossible for you, especially with your wiggle room that you have available to you, but it will require you to work on Big A application.
Capital A. So obviously, I'm going to be thinking about other potential ideas. And this first one is good. Um, I don't want to rely on you solely for all of the tier 3 maledictions ideas that I could have,
Mhm.
but you do have good ideas, and you said you had at least 2 of them. Do you have another idea?
I do. I'll give you 3. After that,
Well,
they become less and less useful.
I mean,
All right.
yeah.
Option 2 for a tier 3 malediction. This one leans a little bit of away from your end goal, unfortunately, but it could be incredibly useful in the short term. Skill. Infiltrate the nervous system of a creature. Body control. You won't control their mind, but you can control their body. You command them to do as you will. And you would have narrative control over it.
Yeah. See, I was under the impression that I was going to. I think we might have already talked about this, but I was going to be able to define like what a system was and then be able to infiltrate it if I had a correct spell. So it seems limiting to have the infiltrate spell define what the system is that I'm wanting to infiltrate. Because I imagine I should be able to define that in the spellcast.
I'm going to go ahead and say that anything that doesn't is going to be a hell of a lot weaker, because it necessitates the fact that you would be able to apply it to anything. If you had I designate X idea as a system, that means you have narrative control over whatever the hell you want, and I as a DM cannot allow that, which means I would have to make it paper thin. Weak as fuck.
All right. That's fair. I hate being fair and balanced.
This economy?
Fair and balanced in this economy.
Atlas
one of
being
my-
crushed by the 6 nerfs he got in 2 weeks.
Is one of my ideas to get through a lot of future like, well, the tournament and a lot like defeating blues would basically be to exploit their circulatory system to basically bottom out their blood pressure and knock them out. But it seems that I would need a specific spell for that. And not if we're going to be running into a bunch of different aliens and monsters, I'm not sure if every one of them is going to have a circulatory system, but they're very well likely going to have some kind of nervous system unless they're a golem or something, some kind of magical creature.
Any tier 3 option that you make that would be an answer for every problem is an answer to no problems.
How wise.
So fucking wise. All right. What's your
Now-
third brilliant idea?
My third brilliant idea. This one, you're going to love it. It's going to be a 10 out of 10. It's going to, it's an act of complete and utter genius.
A grandiose idea.
Grandiose idea. Now, will this get us in super hot water? Yes. Will we absolutely get kicked in the teeth over it? Yes. But can it be the difference between us being a backwater nobody and us actually becoming the next big thing in the universe? 100%. Make a spell to infiltrate the teleportation system and exploit it. And then generate new buildings for cities.
Fucking infinite money glitch. Quote in parentheses real in parentheses easy free. Here's the link.
Not patched. Unpatched.
System patch 1.0.
What are y'all doing?
D&D.
Yeah, that is
Those are my 3 ideas. The first one I think is the one you should go. The second one I think is the one that could make you an unholy menace in the tournament. And the third one I think is the one that could turn your species into the next big target, but also the next major mover and shaker, especially since nobody can bother you about it for next 5 years.
They just gotta fume behind their computer monitors. As like I don't know, talking to Grandiose, I don't know how the teleporter, in terms of like how that would affect it in terms of, so when we buy a building, is that a building being sold like at that exact moment somewhere? So I would get a building and they would get no tell for that for it.
Almost
Or
certainly.
yeah, that's gonna.
Fucking wobbly.
Can you imagine like being a being a crafter of some sort, start selling shit, and or if you even have like a big empire of like building makers, and you just stop receiving income for like an indefinite amount of time because I'm no glitching all of your fucking buildings onto our Earth.
You can think of like this too, like, hey, we got a research tree in a sense. Like you can only get certain buildings like that, like you need to have a market or whatever it is, you need like 3 houses, right? To have a just to have a shop or something like factory, you need like 3 houses or something
So
like that, right?
you individually research buildings. Like if you want to make an
Yeah.
academy or a hospital, you have a day-to-day research bar.
So you can
Hence
just like,
our-
just kind of cheat the research bar in a sense too. It's just like, oh, this only
That would
takes
be
one now.
so sick of you if you did that.
You'd lose the tournament, Jared, if you went that route. There'd be no fucking way you would get any kind of good mentor, because one of your most meaningful opportunities for power would be devoted to your species instead. But you'd have 8 billion people on this planet generating resources by the time the tournament happened.
Robin would finally be useful to her species. I mean,
There's also a
yeah.
non-zero chance you'd have ships waiting outside the blockade the second it was done, too.
Brother, I'd have
Yeah,
the
that's what I
pillars
was-
set up in every single town.
That's what I was gonna say, because if I did choose to do that, our species and planet would essentially become like a giant pirate ship. Like we're the species that steals from pretty much everybody if they put anything on the market. And I kind of have a big enough target on my head to begin with.
Correct.
So as epic as that would be for approximately the next 5 years.
Bro, you could raise the damage cap in the tournament.
Raise the
I'm
damage
not-
cap and hit it with a bomb that kills people.
Yeah, just their damage cap, not yours though.
You lower your damage cap to 1.
Wait, how would I do that?
The first spell. That's what they would be talking about.
Oh, the first
Make
spell.
it 3. You can only ever take 1 damage.
Oh yeah, I very likely might choose the first one, just so their damage cap is like 1 or something like that. But yeah, with the third option, I don't think I'd live long past the 5-year mark, or at least if I wasn't killed, I would be like assassin warped away to like some planet's slave hole where I just like they'll
Not the
use me
fucking
to
slave hole.
they'll use me to generate shit for them because we wouldn't be strong enough, or we wouldn't have the tools to stop that. I don't think.
Well, there is still the no punching down rule. It can be broken. I don't know how much trouble we could get into for you doing that realistically, but
Punching down will get the Ascenders to come after your ass, and they are pretty they're pretty thorough with punishments. They tend to eradicate planets just to be sure.
Well, I'd have to get level 20 at some point, in which case certainly a level 39 would have a level 39 somewhere would have the ability to snatch people up from a long enough distance.
Steal you by your toes.
Bro, they'd have to be
Yeah.
quick. They'd have to know that me or the fucking nightmare dragon weren't around.
Yeah.
Or
I was
Connor, who's
imagining
easy
someone-
for motion.
I was imagining someone maybe with like a dark magic sniper rifle that they just shoot someone from thousands of kilometers away, and it teleports a target to you if the bullet
you mean
hits or
like
something
King
like
Gear?
that.
People like that exist.
Maybe.
Extraction specialist is what they tend to be called.
So yeah, I'm not picking one right now, but I'll probably end up picking the first one because it is closer to, like you said, the goal that I had. Even though the second option is really cool as well. Okay. And I'll probably ask him some more questions later on. Dang, I only got 10 minutes left. Do I have 10 minutes left?
Yep, roughly speaking.
Okay. It took me 222 days to do that. Is my vision any worse?
Yes, noticeably worse. Your FOV is decreasing. IRL.
Um, can I still see aura within the outside?
Yep.
Well, let me see.
Also, fun fact, had you chosen the second spell and then went to train with Atlas, you'd win.
I was like before today. I had thought about basically like I was saying before, you defining someone's body as a system to exploit in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering with all of Atlas's strength stuff plus his body control skill, I was kind of thinking it wouldn't work.
If
Is
you
that-
if you did the tier 3 specialized entirely for that with your narrative control, he'd be reasonably resistant to some things, but that would just be such a direct target to his weak point that he wouldn't be able to meaningfully fight back.
Unless I figured out some kooky way to use my Dow in defense.
That's always the asterisk.
Yeah, like
It's just that his Dow isn't particularly suited for that. He'd have
No,
to alpha
it's not.
strike you. But if
which
you-
he definitely can do.
He definitely can do. But if you got the chance to cast, you would have an Atlas at your hand until the spell went out, at which point your head would be pulped before you could blink.
And it's pretty rough because the first spell that I cast, if I go first, has to do something, or I'm getting my head knocked off because, well, assuming he doesn't like negate whatever the spell is and riposte like before I can do anything. He just has a lot of immediate reaction and gap close.
He does.
Yes.
He's
Because
not
that
a
was the
very
big weakness against Atlas was if he couldn't catch you, he couldn't do anything.
So he's invested a lot into fixing that problem.
Especially now that I've unlocked his
Decided
Slash.
that.
One of the things that I have assumed but do not know is I assume that we will not be able to begin tournament fights with like I can't walk into the ring with a maintained spell already up. There's gonna be like a portal to destroy all your items walking through it kind of thing.
You do not know what the rulings are going to be, but there are a number of classes that would be so hard countered by such a no preparations whatsoever allowed rule that there's almost guaranteed to be some level of like, all right, now you have a turn for buffs and maintain spells to get set up. Just because, like, let's say you're a buff mage. A buff mage is really fucking strong, but in a tournament setting that's designed to shape the rest of your future, they would literally never get picked up by a mentor if they didn't have a one turn to buff first. They could get stronger with more, but that's enough for them to show me what you got.
Yeah, but if the spell isn't control your nervous system, Christian, that's definitely what's gonna happen.
Good, John.
Let's see.
Yes.
Okay, these ideas that I'm about to kind of
Oh, Johnny, I'll send it to you too.
I'm gonna rapid fire like a couple things. They may not be relevant anymore because of like this new power that I have to kind of finagle, but they're like old wiggle room stuff that I wanted to try that I never got to try yet.
Got it.
I never had to try anything with Purity Aura when I got
That's very true.
it. But before Purity Aura, I want to try something probably stupid. Well, actually, do it. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm basically gonna use heal because you said that I was basically Master Cosmetic Surgeon.
Mhm.
Can I heal 2 of my fingers together?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna undo that.
You do. That was extremely uncomfortable.
Been there.
Um,
You're in the other room,
If
Bill, and
I
I about
go
ran
over
you
to a-
over.
if I go over to a tree, can I heal like a hole through the middle of it?
No.
That's not how that works.
He's about to do the redo of Healer. I heal the world.
Well, I mean, I wasn't sure if
So what
Healing
happens is you try the spell, Jared, and it starts shifting color as you wiggle it and wiggle it and wiggle it. And eventually, even though it doesn't reach the end of your wiggle room, the spell shatters. Apparently, it got close enough into a different realm of magic that it wasn't able to support itself. There's almost
Damn.
certainly a druidic branch that is responsible for that sort of thing.
kind of annoying. Always some motherfuckers saying I don't got jurisdiction here. Okay, so now with Purity Aura, I assume this is going to instantly fail, but I'm going to use Purity Aura. Can I designate something that, well, of course I can do that, right?
Yeah.
Designate ambient mana to purify around myself.
It blazes forth. Ambient mana is gone. And then your spell ends because you have no ambient mana with which to sustain your spell cast with. And Purity
Okay,
Order
that's it.
collapses.
One turn
Sounds
anti
like it would
mage.
happen. I can't do that one. I would die. Um, that
Also,
one
you don't
hit.
have to poop or pee anymore. Your Purity Aura cleansed those things from inside you.
Oh,
Ain't that
like,
neat?
what do you mean by cleanse?
It deleted them.
Your
All the
body was
nutrients as
efficient.
well? Gone.
What about? So I look. I see like a medium-sized rock
Mm-hmm.
a certain distance from me. I'm gonna Purity Aura rocks, and then I'm gonna walk toward it.
You see it shrinking like you dropped cotton candy in a bucket of water, and then it disappears with a course of like 3 or 4 turns. As though it does a lot of the ground around you, because the aura goes in every direction.
Hmm. I'm gonna need to. I'm gonna need to make some money and go to a mentor that's gonna teach me to live as a blind person who only has aura vision. But I'm out of time. I'll have to do it next
Okie
time.
dokie. I hope you had fun exploring all the stuff, Jared. Congrats on getting your DAO settled. We will definitely play around with narrative control the second you have a way to leverage it. Johnny.
Yo.
Okay. So, quick question for you, John. I think this is an already no-brainer. My soul can have I can wear different things, and it doesn't matter the type. Like I can't have. It doesn't matter if I have 2 of the same undersuits being used for my golems, right? It does like I can still use them. There's no only one can be used per, correct?
That's
That's
correct.
the-
You,
That's a
just
no-brainer.
like you,
Yeah.
just like you don't have to worry about the like putting on 15 amulets.
Yeah, exactly. So the second thing I wanted to ask you was with our new ruling, would this still allow me to get more for what I have. So, for example, I have 60 clarity, and my bonus is 60 right now from the quality. But from this level 6 clothier, tier 1, would that mean it's like 90? Because it's 50% more? Or is it still locked within that bracket? I guess that's really just the question I have.
So the bracket lock,
Yeah.
you could have a piece of clothing that gives you 10 gajillion clarity, and it'll still apply it no matter what.
Yeah. The reason I just wanted to ask is because like it says quality, just extra benefit. So I didn't know if it was included or not. But okay, that's fine. We'll just keep it the way it was then. I will go off that. I'm going to create a new suit today. I'm going to call it
What
Foundation.
a surprise!
I know, right? So the super is going to be Elemental Grantel Creation. Is that something I can do with Crystal? Or is it just me using Grantel, using 10 Grantel to create an Elemental Grantel the same way I'd use for creating Elemental?
Let me double check the skill for that, because if I'm
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it goes up one, you know what I mean? Like it goes from 0 to 1, which then I can make Elemental Grantel. And then it goes to Grantel. But I don't have anything that I could use to make Elemental Grantel. It might be another skill, like a tier 3 or something. But it also maybe could be done through a suit, maybe. I just want
tier 2 level 10.
Tier 2 level 10. I can already do it.
You may now create Elemental Grantel, which by default generate more potent effects. You cannot make hybrid Elemental Grantel.
Can I make hybrid Elemental Grantel?
No.
Okay.
That'd be a tier 3 skill.
Yeah. All right. So Foundation is going to be the name of the suit. I've lost my idea for super, which is fine. First is going to be Mana Pool.
You don't have to make a suit, Johnny. You don't
know
have to.
I need extra juice to do the stuff I want to do. So, stamina pool is for the third, and what would be a good super for this? Foundation. It's more of a. How about efficiency? How about resource efficiency?
Ooh. Resource efficiency, huh?
The same way we have percentage bonuses for different skills. It would be something very similar with that. So just get more bang for buck, which would allow me to do more with my stuff.
So let's take a look at the Elemental hybrids and see which we have there, as well as the base ones. So, wouldn't be heat, wouldn't be cold, wouldn't be force necessarily. Chem, mental, light, dark. Going through your instinct of how do I do this?
Yeah.
You lean towards transmutation. That's what your bones are telling you, because in order to get greater efficiency with your resource pools, you need to convert them into specialized variations that are more efficient at doing certain things.
Excellent. Okay, so transmutation will be that. easy peasy. So I will have those two, and I will choose. Oh, what's a good skill to have? Let's do. Let's do athletics. Yeah. Okay. Athletics. Didn't spell that right. Don't care. Okay. So, a suit named Foundation. Without a suit named. Our first, it's gonna be mana pool, which should give me 1200 because my current is 120. Stamina pool should be way less than that, but that's fine. Resource efficiency, transmutation, athletics, and I'm going to create this out of oh, I can just, yeah, I'll buy some adamantium spool and do it with that. I also could just make it a wool. Yeah, let's just make it a wool.
Not
No,
every suit has to be made out of invulnerable materials.
yeah. Nonsense. And yeah, I just need a roll. Okay.
Before you do, let's
Mhm.
talk about something here, Johnny.
Yeah.
So, there was no straight up efficiency option, which is why transmutation is the closest to what you're looking for.
Right.
How are you going to apply transmutation to your resource pools in order to gain your better efficiency? You are told by your instinct that you need to convert them into alternative resource points that are more efficient for what you're doing. But that is up to you to actually design this power in the direction you want it. Are you looking for a very specific, like you could use this specific enchantment to be like, I'm going to be the fucking best at fire magic or things like that. But it
Mhm.
didn't seem like you wanted to do that. You seemed like you wanted it more generalized. What
Yeah.
does it do?
So what I was thinking is it refines it in a way. So refines. So refines, pretty much stacking them on each other. So you know how we have mana regen and we have whatever not, and it goes into a pool. Well, our pool is actually it like folds it on itself. So if you have a regen and it goes into it, it will just like double it up in a sense. So it's like you have one and now it's two, if that makes any sense. What I'm trying to think of is like, hey, you've condensed it down into a more refined mana or stamina that you can now utilize at a better rate.
Got
So
it.
when you use
So
one, it gets more out of it. But you could also have it so if you have regen and any overflow would go into it, or say it just takes more to fill up your pool because you're condensing it down, transmutating it into that. That's my idea at least.
okay. So go ahead and make your roll while I and write out the quality and stuff like that while I'm typing out what that gives you.
Sure.
And you want this to be for both resource pools or just mana? It'll be a little less
Oh,
good if you do it for both.
I'll just do it for mana.
Okay.
And, and 1160.
Oops. Stupid Discord not doing it.
Oh, was it the like a star or something you put in? And
Yep. It's
Astro-
mana
yeah.
asterisk. So I gotta delete this nonsense.
Yeah, good old formatting.
Instead, we Bubba's Big Bad Notes.
Yeah, you can just put it at the top, John.
There we go.
Thank you. Okay.
So, for instance, let's say that you took the time to fill up your entire mana pool with Mana Plus.
Yep.
And used your ability that says empty your entire mana bar to form a golem.
Mhm.
That would be an ascended golem, an effective tier 4 creation.
Oh, I see.
Efficiency is also the wrong word, excuse me. Effectiveness. Plus 100% baseline effectiveness.
Mhm.
So, like, say you used it with the fireball, it costs the same mana but deals double damage.
Gotcha. So with the 10th regeneration rate now, so if I have a suit that gives me regeneration, is that also affected by this?
Yep.
Okay.
It takes whatever your final number is at the end after all of your bonuses and stuff and chops that
Yeah.
to 1/10.
And it makes sense because you're putting in the 10th of the power for it. So yeah, so it just take like we were talking about, it's kind of condensing it down, so it would take longer to produce. That
You
makes
said
sense.
exactly what I had already planned for it, which
Oh,
makes
good.
me very happy.
Yeah, excellent. So yeah, let's work with that. Which means I gotta fill my pool.
This is going to make it a whole lot harder to train your golem skill while you're wearing foundation.
Yeah.
But the golems that come out of it would be super cool, potentially in unexpected ways.
Yeah, I like that.
It might be something that you don't want to put on until you have your golem skill maxed, because this is going to make it 10 times longer before it gets there, and it's already taken a
Mhm.
while.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So, and that's why I have Money Mal that just has mana pool regen. Actually, no, that's Void Body has that. So, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just don't. I just won't use Foundation while I have that going, and then. Sweetness.
Since you decided it would only work on mana pool,
Mhm.
do you want to make your second boost to your mana pool as well? Or will your first already boost you to the point that it's hitting your cap, so you don't have to worry about it?
Say that one more time. You're talking about my first because you're talking about like what I chose, right? My two options.
Yeah. Would
Yeah.
it benefit you at all to have the second one be mana pool as well, or are you already hitting your cap with just the one?
Oh, John, I thought I could only do one at a time because of the new the changeover. I didn't realize I could have two of them. I thought I could only have.
Well, you can only have so it doesn't matter how many you have benefit wise like that. What you need to
Okay.
worry about is a total enhancement bonuses. Let's say
Mhm.
you have an enhancement bonus pool of whatever your cap is. You can wear
Right.
15 rings and 10 suits, and they all boost. But if one ring puts you at your cap already, you don't have to wear anything else. So I'm asking you, does that your suit already cap you with just the one mana pool boost?
No, I don't have anything for mana pool boost right now. I just have
Okay.
mana regen.
Okay.
And I also have like focus and clarity. Those are the only things I have going for me right now for those ones. My old money Mao did have a mana pool one. But yeah, I think that's fine still having it as mana pool. Second question for you now though. If I don't because if I had the suit on and I went at a tenth of the efficiency, would that mean if I had more slots for mana regen, would that like help counterbalance that, or would it only still, you know what I mean? Like if I
It,
put the suit on and then I chose like, hey, I'm going to have another suit that gives me more mana regen, could I help balance this, or is it only the baseline? Hey, you can only get this much mana regen and then that's it.
you can only get this much mana regen, and that's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So you could get that from a ring, or you could make a second suit that you wear as a golem that maxes
Yep.
your mana regen. Up to you.
Okay. Okie dokie. That's great. Excellente. So with this, I'm just not going to wear it right now. Great idea. I'm just going to spend my time going through it. I take this foundation because I want to have it as a thing, and I unfortunately destroy it in my process. Its sentience, at least. And then I'm going to.
It
Yeah,
says,
kinda-
wait.
um, and with that, I'm just going to then do a lot of math to kind of go forward. As I kind of just like, I'm just going to spend time upgrading my things. So one of the other things, John, because I'm level 19, I did purchase the blended inscriptions. I was doing some math on that as well, and I just wanted your clarification. So it would take 10 tel to create an elemental, and it would take 10 baseline to create a rune inscription for some type of spell. So pretty much 20 tel for a 1 out of 100. Is that what I'm hearing for like upgrading the skill?
Pretty much.
Yeah, if I want to just go like, bare minimum, get the most bang for buck, it would just be, so that would be pretty much 2,000 per level up, if I'm kind of putting that together. So, yeah.
Plus
So
the mana. So that 2,000 tel, I believe, which would end up being about the same amount of mana.
yeah, I think that's what we described from last time too. Yeah, because I got to put it in. I got to put the mana into the rune inscription to make it work. So yeah. Yeah. Yes. So for example, I can create Grand Elemental if you give me the money, and I can make a Dark Elemental and give you guys a little pocket for your stuff. So that's sick. Nothing like having a little bit of storage space.
Spatial
We're all
pocket.
gonna need pockets.
Yeah.
Where am I gonna keep my 20-foot long sword?
right down your throat.
You got one of those too?
Yep.
Yeah, so pretty much just with first my void body suit, I'll just use my mana regen. It's 5 times more. I can only go up to a certain amount. I can only do 10 times, so pretty much I'll just be spending a lot of my days working on that. A lot of my days working on getting my tier 3 for spell infusion done too. And I'm pretty much going to work on that for until I finish it. Honestly, I think I'm going to do.
Oh, we're getting a time skip from Bubba? Finally.
I know, right?
I think you were the one furthest behind.
I think so too. Yeah. I've mostly just been kind of doing some crafting, so that's and
It's hard
it's
to
my
time
own.
skip with the crafting.
Yeah, it's always my fault because like I say to myself like, oh, I'm gonna message John, like give him some ideas, and then it just never happens because I just work comes up and I just like.
Oh, I
It's like,
understand.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'll do. I think we should hop over to Christian. Could just let me do math, and we'll call her there.
Okie dokie.
I'm
Your
still gonna
turn
be here.
Yeah, your turn's
no,
ending a little early, but I know you need to do a shitload of math. And
Yeah, I still got like 30 minutes left, so I'm just gonna work on that and jump over to Christian and maybe
okay.
Christian get some RP in with you know,
Robin?
for Robin. Yeah.
That's good to me.
okie dokie. Oakley dokley.
Shit. I wasn't planning on moving forward a single fucking day today.
Just go hang out, man.
But you need 3, yeah. You need 3 days to get to Robin.
Just
Yeah.
say that, and then I rested for 3
Yeah.
days straight.
Did you finally take a break after working so hard?
Waste though.
Yes, I would. My 3 days.
He's a true cultivator, John. He knows what's up. Can't waste any time.
He knows what's up.
That's a waste. Damn, I didn't want to move forward today because I have to fucking go start doing government shit, but I wasn't gonna do that this time. You know what? They've been by themselves for like 6-7 months. What's another fucking
6!
3 days? Yeah, John,
Yeah,
I'll
waited for
basically
the
just
sleeper
spend
code.
these 3 days hanging out around the town, and then for my mana, I'll use that as sitting and listening, and basically using these 3 days to get caught up on what the fuck is going on in my town, and we can cover that next time.
Lots of shit's happening, bro.
Well, I also got like 4 months of a fucking suggestion box I gotta go through.
Lots of shit's happening, bro. You have so many conversations in that time. People take you out drinking. People do a lot of stuff, and we'll go over all of that next time.
Trying to do a lot
You
of stuff.
finish
with
it up,
YouTube.
and you compartmentalize all of those memories, and you put them in a box. And you say,
That's a
damn, I wish
special
I knew what
moment
I did
there.
the last 3 days.
All right. I hear Robin's Dow whisper across the world.
You flex.
And like the
it
cop
sinks
from
into
Cloudy
the
with a Chance of
instant.
Meatballs.
Hmm?
What did you say?
I say you flex
What?
upon hearing it instinctively, and it bounces off the majority of it, and then it sneaks into the muscles that are unflexed as you're flexing, and then you flex those, and you bounce back, and it sneaks in, and it continues wiggling its way in until the whisper sits in your head.
Okay. Well.
Doesn't hurt you. It just lets you know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Like the cop from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball. He starts sprinting in that direction.
No, my quiet hillside.
You get there. So Jared, you or Robin, as you're having that little discussion with Grandiose on your comfortable hillside, out in the middle of nowhere, staring up at the sky, just like shit talking. In between one moment to the next, you hear a boom, and top of the hill is blown off as Atlas said, "You know what? I'm gonna do a funny and run like that guy." And he took one step down, and there was an intuitive. My intention is to apply force to the ground to reach Robin. He stomped down, and he slammed into the area next to you.
I almost die of fright because I was very calm and relaxed, and now my blissful hillside is a blissful plateau.
Atlas will reach down, grab you under your arms, and go, "You did it!" and throw you up in the air. not like high, but like moderately high, and then he'll catch you and put you back down.
You are thrown up exactly moderately high. It's an extremely weird experience because that's not a number.
But I have gone moderately up.
I try to remember what seeing the tops of the trees look like for later.
Anytime you want Uppy's little one, you got him.
Thank you.
It's oddly what a lot of people ask me for when I walk through the town.
Humans are notoriously not high in the air a lot, so imagine it is kind of fun.
Well, anyways, so you completed what you were searching for?
Yeah, I think this is it's what I want. Although I was worried about it echoing across the entire continent, but I think this is probably for the best.
Oh, you had the option not to do that? I just kind of did that instinctually.
Yeah.
Robin, you realize that the possibility of hiding his Dao for some sort of mechanical or tactical advantage never once crossed Atlas's mind. It didn't even pop up as an option to him.
Yeah, my Dao's actually a little dangerous for everyone and their mother to know that I'm what I'm up to, but I figured that people were gonna be suspicious anyways, and letting everyone know what the fuck's going on is probably gonna be good for the collar that I'll have around the system. Probably be a little bit better.
Hendrik is listening, but as you look up, he's just kind of doing some stretches. He goes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Then he's going to flash step 10 paces away and ready himself. Go, let us try it out. I've been itching to train. I've spent 3 days doing nothing but listening to people talk. I want to hit something.
Well, the thing is, Hendrik, Atlas, I actually don't have a way to infiltrate yet.
So it's not complete?
That's what I said. But apparently, I have the meat of being able to infiltrate things, but I don't actually have a way to do that yet.
Something stretches out for you, Jared. If you feel a vibe overtake you, an understanding settle in. It took talking to someone else to actually pull this off. Nothing about your Tao is defined by magic alone. You feel that you could, just by talking to Atlas long enough, infiltrate his thoughts with your ideas and exploit him to your advantage.
Possible my brain's too smooth, slide right off.
You feel a path laid out before you. You probably don't remember this because you weren't a part of this campaign, but Braden's character had something similar going with in the Capes and Cals. And he had the ability to be like, well, this is the direction I want to go, and then he would get the perfect route to socially optimize to get to that end goal. You're not quite as good at perfection as that, but you can see the path to get people to act how you want and follow it if you so choose. As long as you are exploiting them. You can't make their lives any better.
Well, just because I exploit someone doesn't necessarily have to make their life. Well, it can't make them better, but it doesn't have to make them worse. Like, if I were to exploit, like, talking to my boss for a promotion, that doesn't necessarily do him any harm, just is for my benefit.
Exploiting something is a fairly explicitly negative thing.
Well,
Taking
it's a
it-
connotation. Technically, if you exploit someone's weak will, you can get them to exercise, which is good for them.
That's fair. It's taking advantage of a vulnerability. It's a negative connotation, but doesn't necessarily have to be fully bad.
That's being malicious.
It's just that there is a malicious connotation to kicking someone in the nuts, and that is what you're doing. You're kicking someone in their weak point to convince them to do what you want them to do. You can be doing it for a good cause, but it's bad. It's bad tools.
Bad tools. So I guess theoretically, if I was in combat with Atlas for enough time, I could find a way to win.
The enough time part would be the really
Yeah.
problematic thing. This would
Yeah,
give you a...
Even right now, I don't know how I would get from step 1 to step 2.
I had to interrupt the scene because it was an understanding that you brought upon yourself. This isn't ever going to be your specialty, but it's a side benefit.
I say, oh wait. I think if I interact with something long enough, I can kind of get what I want out of the situation, if you know what I'm saying.
Hearing this, Atlas will then flash step in front of Robin. Fist reared back. And the purpose of this punch is to interact with Robin in a non-harmful way. I can punch soft. Just knock her back.
So non-harmful. Something really weird happens to you, Robin. You see Atlas punch through you. Like his hand went ethereal and slipped right through your face. And then there's just this big air blast behind you.
Then I pull it back out and I go, "Did you feel anything?"
You a ghost?
Hmm? No. I wanted you to interact with a being punched to see if you got something. But I didn't want to hurt you because I know you're all frail.
I am frail. 17.
17.
Maybe
The answer pops into your mind, Jared. I will message it to you. Whether or not you take advantage of it is up to you.
I wonder if you'd
You
have
say
to
17,
punch
I
me
say
more.
884. That's wrong. I wouldn't be in training, so that'd be like 1083 is my base health.
Bro, you could like reach through a wall and I don't know, grab a Coke out of a vending machine or something.
At least once.
Yeah, but I could just do that anyways.
With my
You
fist.
wouldn't, you wouldn't break the machine though,
True, true.
so everyone else could still use it.
Or I could just pay for it.
I have currency, and I'm not a barbarian.
Contrary to my stature, I am an upstanding citizen. I'm technically the king of a region.
Lord, if you will.
You know how many people
I
would
don't
fucking
know.
hate to have this opportunity?
My fist inside them.
Oh no.
Wouldn't want to do that though, John.
Oh, you don't have to do that, but that is what pops into your mind for sparring fight. How would I win? Which kind of gives you an idea of the direction that your power is going.
Okay, so I don't necessarily. Honestly, I don't care if I'm about being transparent with Atlas because it gives me more information as well for fighting people that are not Atlas. So, I'm just gonna. I don't know exactly how it's gonna work, but I'm gonna tell Atlas to well, he would probably just do that if I asked him to.
You came out here to train.
So if I tell Atlas to continue punching me like that, well, how would that ever? Okay, just as an example, if my goal is to make Atlas do a backflip, and I could just tell him to do that, and he probably would.
Probably.
It's easy.
I
But
love backflips.
if my goal is to make Atlas do a backflip while I'm sparring with him, just like spontaneously, what is? I don't suppose that I can like. I can't tell him to do something that would lead him there. I have to say what my goal is, and then you, John, have to tell me basically how we're going to get there.
From a lot of things, that would be really easy. Like you said, you would just your power would blare into you, tell him to do a backflip. You are exploiting his friendship and trust in you by having him perform like a monkey for you. And most of the time, the fact that you're phrasing it as training is going to be plenty to allow him to do whatever it is that you want him to do. For simple stuff. It's only more complicated if you were like, how could I arrange Atlas into a situation where he was doing a tap dance while singing the Mamba? That would be a much, much longer chain of events to actually reach there. And a lot more could go wrong.
Yeah. So if we're training, and this is still training with both of our DAOs, and the goal of me exploiting this training sequence is to have Atlas knock himself out, because I probably wouldn't be able to do that unless it was through this exploitation. What's a
So-
series of events to get there?
I actually can't knock myself out.
Are you locking that in as a desire, Jared?
Okay, is it gonna be like the fucking monkey's paw or a
No, it's not
genie?
going to be a monkey's paw. It's literally just going to be, I have to ask that, because as soon as you lock it in, you're effectively giving up control over your character, because it's a little too complex for me to give you advice. And I will act as you in order for you to accomplish that with a narrative convenience.
Okay, so me and Atlas are training. My goal is to exploit this training such that Atlas knocks himself out without me doing something that would, without me basically abusing our friendship in a way that would have him see me in a worse light.
Locked in. Hey Atlas, says Robin.
Yes.
I want to see how the application of Tao abilities is tied to consciousness. Your Tao is the ability to strength is force given purpose, right? You can apply
Yeah.
force to yourself to do shit, huh? Can you like slap yourself up to the side of the head? I mean, you literally just slapped your hand through my head, so clearly physics isn't fully applying to you. Can you just like slap yourself up outside the head and say go unconscious for 2 minutes so we can see if your Tao works that way or works while you're asleep?
Alice is going to ponder this. Because the way he sees it is this is actually a very good test. Because since he has 315 force resistance right now, it would be interesting to see if he could get through it. So he's going to go, what a brilliant idea! And then he's just going to uppercut himself in the bottom of the jaw.
You intuitively go to strength is the intention. Strength is force given purpose. My force is my hand hitting my head. My purpose is to knock me out. You use concussive blows against yourself in a way that you've never done it before. And as you literally with the punch, you can feel your head being shaken in like 3,000 different directions really, really fast. And you just go down at the knees and you're unconscious on the ground. You took no damage though.
I mean, I have 100,000 regen right now.
Yeah. Robin, your control is back in your hands.
Whoa. I
wow.
kind of surprised that worked, and after my initial surprise, I'm like, oh shit, Atlas's head is probably damaged a little bit, maybe. I don't know if that guy takes damage. But
Atlas blinks a couple of times and stands back up. Brilliant idea!
You have 2 minutes before he does that.
2 minutes? So what, I would regen...
I was gonna say that I attempted to heal Atlas like back to consciousness. I don't know if I'm strong enough with my healing to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the 2 minutes thing was a super delicate balance of forces against regen. Literally 1 point of healing wakes him back up.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was regening 7,320 health in that 2 minutes.
That's more than I'll ever see in my life.
Your entire lifespan.
Well, that was good training, Atlas.
Oh, we've just begun. He's gonna flash step like 10 meters away from you. So you exploit things, right?
Systems, yes.
Systems. I don't quite comprehend what you're talking about, but I
I
have
love
a theory.
I love that you're playing him like this man has never seen a computer.
Well, it's more like I do. Mine is strength given purpose. It's very straightforward. His is I can infiltrate a system.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's very vague. It's like a system. Okay. And Atlas is going to slam his fist onto the ground with the purpose of the punch to create a weak point in the ground.
Atlas punches the ground and nothing happens.
Then he's gonna look up. Like nothing happens, or
Nothing happens
Nothing
as far as either of you can see.
I look up at Robin and I go, I made a weak point right here. Try to infiltrate it.
Well, to infiltrate something, I do need to weigh in and exploit is for weaknesses, so this might work.
Yes, and if you think
Um,
about it, you're not just infiltrating a system, you're infiltrating the ecosystem. Because the ground is part of it.
I'm going to save you the trouble here, Jared. You lack the tools to fully integrate yourself and infiltrate appropriately. It would work,
and
but you would narratively well fall into a hole in the ground.
yeah, I was gonna say the only thing that I think that I probably have the power to do right now is if I were to basically use the weak point Atlas created, assuming there's like a sinkhole underneath that weak point to basically just crumble what is underneath him and make him fall into it.
It's within your
But I don't know.
capabilities.
I don't know if that's what happened, but I'll try that.
So Atlas, you see Robin walk over, kind of squint at the ground, kick it, and then you fall on the ground.
Auto pass strength stuff. I fucking athletics. I land that shit. Oh, I guess
Oh.
acrobatics would be what I roll. I'm not very acrobatic.
You have
Punches the
stitched.
ground,
You have
exploit
put-
this hole, and I go just kick it like that.
Like that?
Wah!
Sorry, go ahead.
All
You
right.
get back out of the hole. It's not hard.
You don't say. The man who can jump however fucking far I can 1,009 meters can get out of the hole.
Falls all the way down to layer 2. Oh, good heavens.
I tell Atlas I don't think I have the right tools yet to infiltrate like an environmental system.
I see.
I'm not strong enough.
Well, I don't really think I can test my Dow too much with you without breaking you. Especially since you don't
Yeah.
really know what yours is.
I'm working on a skill that should be able to help me with that,
Mhm.
but it's still in the works.
I see.
I mean, yeah.
Well, alrighty then. Atlas
Sorry.
bends down and jumps back to his throne room.
Kaboom! You smash through the wall.
Nah, they would have built a landing pad by now.
Oh wait, you wanted to try and grab a spell, didn't you?
Yeah, but you don't have any like
Thank you, baby.
basic
Real spells.
magic, right?
I have lightning.
Oh, you have lightning?
Spark.
Atlas rewinds in the air and lands back where he was.
You don't want
You turn around halfway through your trip and you kick the air. And you get zoomed back.
Jump scare Robin again.
What? He said, by the way.
You got
By
that
the
out.
way, throw that spark at me. I want to try something.
Robin points at you and cast spark.
So, John.
Yep.
What I'm thinking here, right, is I can interact with mana.
Uh-huh.
I want to use my talent. Give me that, or whatever it's called. This is mine now. That allows me to use my riposte to steal someone's weapon. On this spell, to grab it and use my Dow of Strength to compress it into a cube that I can hold.
With body control, you parry, you riposte. Give me that now. All of you have all of the component pieces and a narrative flesh out to manage it. You see Robin, Atlas do some fucky shit. Because from your perspective, you cast a lightning bolt at lightning bolt speeds at him, and he raises up a hand in front of the edge of the lightning bolt and almost softly, like, collects it in this weird spinny, almost Tai Chi motion, or not Tai Chi motion. Freaking Uncle Iroh style almost as well. And he almost leads the lightning charge backwards until he spins it around in a circle. Just enough time for him to be able to clamp his hand down onto it. And now you hear just this vibrating, really loud, growing louder hum in Atlas's hand.
Robin's eyes widen with fear.
Atlas is then going to turn towards away from Robin and just fucking throw it.
It puts a hole through a tree, and then it poofs out.
I can catch lightning.
That's
All right, now that we know we
Why
can do
can
it,
you do that?
Do you use your Dow for that?
yeah, to crush it.
You just threw it through that tree?
Yeah, I just regular threw it.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
What-
Now that we
like
know it
your
works with that, try me with some more esoteric juice.
Esoteric juice.
Hit me with the maledictions, Robin.
What's your arcane resistance?
Oh, it's so hot. I just want to see if I can catch it. If I don't and it hits me, it genuinely doesn't matter.
I think I can't cast, or either I can't cast or it won't connect if you have too much arcane resistance, but I'll try it.
The latter.
Okay, so I will cast. Ooh, this will be a good test to see if my wiggle room stays through Atlas catching it and throwing it, if he can do it. I'm just gonna do the classic weakness. My target is Atlas's size. I'm gonna reduce him by 50% and increase the size of some nearby tree by 50%. And I cast it at him.
Atlas, from your perspective, it almost looks like a net, a trail of magic in complex individual strands is kind of cast out from Jared's hand, and there's already a after image echo reaching out towards a tree as well. It's almost organic like.
So how am I
Whenever
going to do
it-
this, John? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Whenever it hits your hand or touches your skin, it's oil slick. It barely touches you. It's not like you're completely immune, but you're about as immune to it as you are immune to force, which allows you to still be walking around and allows it to still have enough of an impact to move you in air quotes non-harmful ways.
Okay. So I can't grab it?
Describe to me what what you were saying. Yeah, you would be able to
Upon-
grab it just like you could grab anything else that you were immune to.
So just like since it's in a net, right?
Mhm.
Like that's how I envision it. I
That's
can't
not
just
necessarily perfectly accurate, but it's the closest thing you can come up with.
it's not like a straight line like the lightning bolt.
Hmm.
He's going to see this, and instead of reaching out to grab it and having it basically like fall on his arm or maybe possibly fall on his body where some can like get away from him, he's going to basically spin his like you know the Flash.
Yeah.
He's going to spin his arm really hard to try to make a vortex that collects it all and sucks it into his hand.
You have the ability to impact environmental mana from Aura Vision Tier 2.
Yep.
That just works. You
It just works, kids.
you rely on your Tao for it, and you suck in a vortex, which crumples the spell all the way up into a tiny little, again, just small enough that you can reach out and grab it with your hand and crunch it down.
This time, Atlas wants to try something else.
However, you do notice something weird. You
Hmm.
caught the spell targeted that was aimed at you. The kind of after image that's kind of reaching towards the tree that Robin pointed out, that wasn't caught.
Okay, so we're going to have to try this twice. But for the first one, I'm going to flash step up to Robin, grab him by the back of his shirt and pick him up and go, hold still, I want to try something, as he reaches out with the hand with the spell that he cast at him in it.
Robin, do you hold still?
Um, I've actually uh never shrunk someone before, to my knowledge, so I don't know ha- if he uses it on me, if that's gonna like do any kind of fuck shit to my own body system. But I'll take one for the team. I'll stay still.
And I'll place it on Robin.
Robin, I need you to make an influence test. Or arcane magic knowledge test.
I make a lot of money, Jared. If you get fucked up, I'll spend all of it to heal you.
I haven't even taken a single bite.
Should I have a skill that does that? Oh yeah, I should. Let me make one real quick. Oh wait, no, it's lightning knowledge.
Oh no. Your influence is pretty good though, right?
Yeah, it is now.
Sick.
It should have max stacks.
I believe in you. Just want to see if I can affect the caster.
In order for your wiggle room and all the other weird shit that you do with magic to be maintained, you recognize that on a spell parry, you would have to actually maintain it yourself. Since you did, you become 50% shorter and the tree becomes 50% taller.
Sick.
Wow, you got taller.
No, you got smaller somehow.
So him basically parrying the spell doesn't count as an interruption. It's like if he parried it away, it would still like net over to a different area.
All of the things that he did in that whole sequence of events, he has such physicality that counted as one riposte. So it was in the same interaction.
Oh. So if a spell is parried it's not. It's not the the parry is an action that happens, and then after the parry, the spell would dissipate. But because it was a riposte and all the same action, it was still active.
That is how a
Okay.
lot of the spell parry mechanics are going to work. You start with just the ability to know you, incoming magic, at which point you upgrade to the ability to know you, incoming magic, riposte it back at the caster.
Okay. Well, I undo the spell and I say, well, we know the wiggle room stays.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna set you back down.
That was weird.
Was. It's good to know though. Can you
Does
cast
that mean you could get away from someone? Like, you could basically hand off the spell to Atlas to hit something with it? You could football it? Like,
you cast it at me, I catch it, slam dunk it into someone's forehead.
yeah, like you. And if they can't get away from Atlas because his purpose is to hit them with the spell, it's like, oh yeah, you riposte this, fuck nut.
Then they get hit with Atlas's fist after the spell.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder because my evil eye, I have a passive maledictions that I can do. Although I imagine it might hurt me for Atlas to grab that one because it's connected to my eyeballs.
Yeah, don't do that one.
Yeah, maybe
I
hold
do
off
want you
on
to
that one.
cast it at me one more time because I want to try a second thing.
Okay. I guess it has to be another visually evident effect.
Do the same one.
Okay, I'll just do the same one.
Well, because the way John described it, all right, John, I'm gonna catch it the same way I did,
Mhm.
but this time instead of immediately moving, I'm going to yank the spell and try to connect the other end to Jared in a whip-like fashion.
It works. Kind of. For a little bit, you've finally reached the limit of the narrative capability of your force given purpose. Because it starts to yank towards him and cover him, and then the rope just snaps between it and the spell dissolves.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. I just wanted to see.
You feel like that there was room for that to happen if it wasn't so far outside of your domain.
Yeah,
Of
I'm
body.
pushing the limits of my domain right now with everything I'm doing with spells.
One
So you
good
found
thing
your
that we
limit
learned
of
is,
narrative.
I was gonna say another good thing that we learned is that the designated target of the spell doesn't matter if you grab it and say it's going somewhere else.
Correct.
Also, don't know how you would interact with aura abilities, but
It is
I
also
imagine
good to know that I can snap stuff like that, because, like, say we end up fighting a mage and he casts fucking weakness on me, I just fucking grab the tether and just fucking rip that bitch in half. Try to
Stop with
take
these
strength
stupid
from
magic
me.
moves.
There is a very good reason why all of you have said a number of times that anybody who doesn't have Aura Vision Tier 2 just isn't worth their salt to begin with. It opens up a whole new world for people to interact with.
Hmm.
What else? I know I can jump good.
Real goodly.
Real goodly.
Super goodly.
Super goodly. Supernaturally goodly. I can't. You know what, John? I'm gonna pull out a fucking item.
No way.
I pull out the spool of cable 1 inch thick made of some sort of metal of question mark distance. I'm going to walk up to Robin and tie it around his waist.
Robin, this concerns you.
Atlas, what is this?
He's going to go, the purpose of this breath is to blow you away.
Atlas, what is this?
And he's going to intake the breath, then think about it, and go, that's probably a really bad idea. And then not do that instead.
Atlas, 30 seconds of forethought. Robin's spine would have been snapped in 37 different places, and he'd possibly been cut in half.
Yeah. Yeah. I realize this.
If neither of those things happened and he ran out of cord, he might have gotten sent to space.
Well, I was going to hold on to the cable.
You might have come along.
Really? Damn. Well, I feel in my gut that would have worked, though, right?
It certainly gave you a bad vibe.
All right, cool. Secret tournament move.
Off you go, apparently. The secret tournament move.
Snapping someone in half with a rope.
No, just blow him out of the arena.
Oh.
I want you.
Also,
Sorry, go ahead.
Although,
you also think that there would not be a noticeable difference between you slapping someone with the intention to make them go away, though. It'd be effectively the same amount of power.
Yeah, but this is cooler.
Fair.
Also, slapping someone versus blowing them away. I imagine the initial hit wouldn't be the same. Although,
I parry
it
your
doesn't have
breath.
to do damage.
Do no
Even if
damage.
It is a slap. True. Never mind. Never mind.
Tee never mind.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say one thing that I've tried before, but I haven't tried now, is bending a spell into a type that it isn't. But I usually can't do that because the spell will just fall apart.
You tried it
I don't
earlier
know.
with trying to heal a tree.
Yeah. All right, I guess that's good enough.
Man. So, John, wait. I can see latent mana, right, John?
You can see ambient mana, which is the mana that floats throughout the atmosphere and is kind of the substrate upon which magic is done. You can see internal mana, which is the reservoir that determines someone's mana pool. And if you want to argue latent mana is like enchanted items and shit, yeah, you can see those.
Okay. So the two things that I just got from that is A, Robin, you know how I knocked myself out a second ago?
Yes.
Time to repay.
What? But that
But
was for the
first,
benefit of
you-
both of us.
You, yeah, this will be for the benefit of both of us as well. You know more about mana than me. What happens if you disrupt someone's mana pool?
They can't use it.
That's it. Nothing. No like permanent damage. Probably.
Unless something says otherwise.
Also remember your mana is mental energy, and so zeroing someone out or disrupting it is also effectively dealing them a mental status effect, which is why the mental magic deals damage directly to mana bar.
I'll hit lightly. So, John, while I'm standing here and keeping his attention by talking to him and sounding real friendly, I'm going to sneakily rear back my right hand in an underhanded gut punch. And
I
just
totally don't see Atlas doing this.
just quickly just punch him in the mana reservoir with the purpose being to slightly disrupt his mana pool.
You do so super quick. Just like, and Robin, you feel queasy for a moment. Just like you kind of forget what you were talking about. And you're like, huh? And you next time you like zone back in like 0.5 seconds later, you've lost 10 mana.
Oh, that's evil.
Robin says, bruh. Canonically.
Atlas is gonna stroke his beard and go, so that's how I can deal with mages.
Man, that's pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous to be able to directly enter. Well, I guess you could have just punched my head off, so it's not.
This is true.
It would have taken him the same amount of effort to have sent your head to the moon as it did for him to have punched your mana bar for 10 mana just now.
Or blown you to space.
And shame Atlas. Atlas can just pretty much do a whole bunch of stuff with his DAO, and I really like specific ways in.
That is why I told you that if you had specialized it with something that could actually meaningfully impact him, it wouldn't even be a fight. You would just point at him and say, infiltrate, and his nervous system would be yours. And there'd just be, like, it would have to be some really fucked shit Christian would have to come up with to not be instigated by that, at which point now you have a pet Atlas.
At which point you better never let go of pet Atlas.
Yes.
Come on, Atlas, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, this is out of character. If you take control of Atlas, that is like sin number fucking 1.
Yeah, taking someone's control over their body is pretty. It's like
Pretty fucked.
Yeah, it's almost universally like kind of an evil thing to do.
Well, the reason it would mean so much, ever since we stepped foot on this planet, Atlas has done nothing but put time and effort into his body.
Yeah, you'd basically be jumping in and being like, ooh, all this time and effort put into sculpting the perfect body? Thanks, bro. That's mine now. Now I get to have my infiltrate DAO and a DAO that I can use to clap planets in half.
The second one fucking toe got free, I would take your head off.
Wait, did you say I'd be able to use his strength DAO?
If you had full control over his body, 100%.
Well, I guess is it full control of body or soul?
If you took over your nervous system, if you took it over, your DAO is written in who you are.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not just a soul thing, it's not just a mind thing, and it's not just a body thing. It's written into every piece of you. It would be as good as if you were the one in control, but he'd certainly have plenty of effects with it. Enough to be ludicrously dangerous.
Until.
So the point I'm trying to... The point I'm trying to make here is that, Jared, you are paying for your specificity, your lack of ability to just be like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. With whatever it is that you do, there's not going to be an answer for.
I got you.
At least it'll take me a while to figure it out.
Or that.
Okay, so punch you in the mana bar works. John,
felt it.
can I do the same vortex thing, but try to pull in ambient mana?
You won't have any meaningful way to use it because the process by which your body converts or generates personal mana from ambient mana, if that's how it works at all, is completely arcane to you. You don't know how it works.
No. I've got a better idea. John, I'm gonna take this ambient mana. Hold still, Robin.
Last time you said that, I almost died.
You took 10 mana damage. Shut up.
He's talking about
Oh,
the
I
rope
meant
around his body.
The time.
Oh yeah. I'm going to give you your mana back. He's gonna just, as he's saying that, the purpose of this is to force this mana into his mana pool.
That is a really bad idea.
Is it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I. Thank you, Drake. And
I'm gonna have you spend your fate point here, not to kill Jared,
I'll do that.
because that would have killed him. Just
Oh, damn.
as a confirmation, that's not how it works. You would have broken every valve that his spiritual
His mana
system
circuit
has.
exploded.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I can blow up people's mana?
Yes, you could.
You can also just blow them the fuck up. You keep looking for new ways to kill people when you can just kill someone.
Listen, it is important to have multiple ways.
I agree.
Everyone's gonna know to counter Big Punch Guy if he big punches you in the head. No one's gonna expect him to grab ambient mana and shove them into your mana circuits.
I will say that force resistance does work on all of this because you only use force.
That's true.
You will need.
I'm not gonna try this on Robin. I'm gonna go buy 100 force resistance piece of like metal.
Mhm.
How much is it?
You can get it for like $10,000 if that's the only thing it does.
Yeah, I just wanted to have 100 force resistance. And I'm gonna tie it to a tree.
Mhm.
And I'm going to stick out one finger.
Mhm.
I'm going to go. The purpose of this strike is to pierce through that plate.
Clang. Nothing happens.
Really? Okay.
I have a new idea, by the way,
What's that?
when you're done. My idea was if I cast Spark at you and you catch it and you try to throw it, can I counterspell it? Because usually counterspell disrupts a spell as it's being cast, but I don't know if you throwing it counts as it being cast, so it might be
Nope.
uncounterspellable.
is.
It's also a riposte.
Yeah, effectively, you can't riposte or riposte without crazy ass tennis riposte tennis mechanics.
Oh, all right, that was it.
Okay, John. Okay, what if I flat?
Whenever someone go,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, whenever someone goes to curse Atlas and he know you reverse cards it back at him.
I throw it back at him to try to curse them instead. Instead, the fucking block of mana just goes through their head.
Oops. Well, I guess we solved the problem one way or another.
I curse you with death.
All right, so you were saying I try to crush?
So what if instead I take my hand and the oh, I forget what it's called, but it's a sumo slap essentially. that will like reverberate. And so I'm gonna do that and try to use the shockwave of the flat hand to just break it apart.
Break it apart. Doesn't work.
I'm gonna start small. Wait. I mean, I've made a weak point before. I'd try to make a weak point in it.
Doesn't work.
Okay. There's got to be a way because 100 force resistance, literally negating my entire Dow, is
Jared's Dow doesn't work at all if he doesn't have an ability that says so.
yeah, and him making ability solves that. Someone having 100 force resistance is expected.
Well, I don't suppose it would be possible. Crazy thought. Imaginary idea for you to pick up a tier 3 at some point that gives you the ability to pierce force resistance.
I've asked you if that exists, and you said no.
False.
A tier 3 skill?
Yep.
Wait, John, I already have that.
Oh?
I have Brawling and Axis tier 0. I targeted shot the armor with my knuckle
You sliced through it?
to... What?
You sliced through it? That's all you had to say. Targeted shot.
Hell yeah.
Assuming the answer's been in front of him the whole time.
I don't even think I needed my Dow for that.
I don't think you did either. You just quite certain you could just do that. Pretty sure anyone could do that, technically.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was pointless. But that does mean with like a lot of my Dow strikes are all going to have to be targeted shots.
Yep.
Damn.
But what if you go, the purpose of this targeted strike is to hit?
I don't think
How does that work?
because that's not force. That's accuracy.
I'm not saying it would. I'm just saying, what if you tried it?
I'll try it.
You hit something. It is no different from you hitting something normally, so you have no idea if it works or not.
Hey, Robin.
As you say, hey, Robin, huh? Johnny, you still there?
I am just muted. What's up?
You got your math done?
Oh, I didn't get as far as these boys. They're in year 2, right?
No. Yes.
No.
Or they're in year 1, month
10.
10.
10.
Late
I'm
month
only
10.
on day 137, which is not month 10. It's like halfway through the year.
Okay. Would you like to go ahead and dump your math in the chat, or are you going to keep to it? Because we are going to be ending here if we don't move back to you.
Yeah, I can put my math in the chat. So I ended on 58. I have my suit gives me pretty much I have 1200 for mana, right? And I can have up to 5 times my mana for regen. And then I can times that by 2. 12,000 mana a day. And doing that is 80 days to get me, because I was already done level 2. And that should bring me to level 10.
I have the heater on and you have a sweater on. Why are you still shivering, you little freak?
It's cold.
Dale's got a sweater on, and we've got a picture of that.
Oh, my bad.
What the hell?
See you, John. We'll end it there then. Just think about level 10 for multi-buy.
I have a question, John.
Oh, yes.
If we can do this before we all hop off,
Okay.
could we do like when they see me again at some point? I know it's in the future, but
No, I'm gonna say that they'll need to catch up with you first.
okay, that's fine. I was just wondering.
I know you want to play around with that fear rating, but we'll get there, brother.
I just want to see how they see, like, if they see me as my character model or if it's something different. That is my only question.
They'll see you as your character model.
Okay.
All right, Johnny. Let me get you 8 sub levels for the multi-body skill.
I'm gonna say, John, you don't have to do it right now. It's you can wait. You can do it over the week. I'm not in any big rush.
I know some ideas I have for them.
Okay, I'll let you. I'll let you throw them in. I can just either put them in chat or message them to me. And then next, I'm going to finish up
Q-Pix.
my next tier 3, which is a way easier than this one was. Because all I need to do is just spend the mana and money to make it happen. So that would be nice. But I don't know what the math would be on that yet. It's mostly just like actually actually I do know how much math that would be. Slash R times 9 because we start from level 1, 18,000. And so 1, 3, 8, 1, 3, 9. And then day 139, J day 139, finish T3. London inscriptions. And I spend 18,000 tel. John, can I put the inscriptions I do back on the market?
You can, but it will reveal
That I can do it?
that you can do it.
Yeah, that's
It'll
fair.
also potentially put it in the hands of your enemies.
Yeah, I was just thinking making really shitty ones, but I think honestly, 18,000 tel investment isn't that much. So Yeah, and then I'm going to put in my suit, my new Foundation suit, and then I'm gonna see if there's any difference when putting in 1 mana plus into my Dao, and if it just fills 1 or if it fills 10. That's my next question I have for you, John.
For your Dao specifically,
Yeah.
I don't believe I have given you a mana slider for your Dao yet.
Yep. So I need 333,000 to get it up. It's when we first created the DAO, remember? Or class.
Would you let me go take a look?
Because first it was 1 million, right?
So let's see. New class, multi-body mage. Any cloth golems. New level is 9. Class bonuses, all clothier bonuses apply. Baseline plus 100 quality, access to multi-body skill, reduced progression requirements for Dao of Construction. Oh, yeah, you have reduced progression requirements for Dao of Construction, but you haven't actually unlocked the ability to expend mana on that. Because the prerequisite requirement to being able to expend mana is to effectively get what Jared and Christian have been working on. For Christian, that was the Dao Declaration. For him, the Dao of Strength is strength as force given purpose. For Jared, the Dao of Malware is malware infiltrates the system and exploits it. You haven't defined what construction is for you yet, so you can't go anywhere with it.
Okay, I'll come back to you on that because I'm pretty sure we did that in the dungeon already. The first step and the second step. Did those two go through the same things?
Don't remember because it's been a long while since the history dungeon.
Yeah, I have
will
I have the recording, so I can just go back and give you that transcript if you want to go from there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
As long as you came out of it with a Dao declaration that you can tell me right now that I agree on, you could start expending mana.
Yeah, because our first one we were talking about any like all the possibilities, and then I think the second one was the connections. I think that's what those two things, and then you were like, if you steer away from that path, then you have to kind of redo it again. At least that's what I thought we talked about. But yeah, I'll just I'll show it off. But yeah, sounds good. I just figured since you gave me a number already, it was 1 million reduced. I figured, and I thought I already told you that I was putting mana into my DAO previously. So that's all. But
That's my
sounds
bad
good.
if you had been.
That's okay.
Things have also been in development and construction since that original time. You're the first one to kind of bring it up and start looking at it, but the last one to really dig your toes into it. So in between the time that you brought it up and the time that you're saying, you know what, now it's time for me to really crank it out, I have refined the process a lot over the other two.
Good. And that's completely fair. I just thought we did stuff. That's all.
We had something.
Thought we had something, goddamn.
All right, guys, is it time to end the session? It's been 4 hours.
Let me give you what I have here, and then TBD the remaining skills, and we can answer any questions you have about them, and then I'll go for official session end.
Okay.
Freaking hates me.
Hey, John. See something funny?
I'm doing something.
Okay. Well, it'll be here.
I'm debating on if I want to pick that up right now. I just picked up Marathon, so
I only have this because Evan has it. We have the Steam family thing.
yeah. I'm really excited to try the co-op out. That should be fun.
It is. Me and John played some yesterday. They scale the game accordingly.
There you go, Johnny. That'll give you some stuff to look at for the moment.
Yeah.
Oop, I already have. Yep, there we go. Now I can look at something funny.
Too late.
Badass. Freaking Asti.
We're big boy maxing right now for no reason. I found out that this enemy literally just can't do damage in a meaningful way. To
Well,
especially at this point. I'm making Atlas the Asti. Asti Unleashed does 161 damage right now. Bonk.
Any questions or concerns about your 4 levels here, Johnny?
I'm just reading through them. My first one was assimilation, and so combine one or more golems into yourself. Do they disappear after that happens, or do they just come out?
They come out at the end.
Okay, yeah. I was like, okay, yeah.
These are my bones now.
Okay. May bind any number of bodies with your limitation of bodies becoming limitation of active bodies. You may change the active body allocation by spending a 10th of your mana bar. Does that just mean like groups within groups? So like I would have like a leader being one of my main bodies, and then it would have also smaller bodies underneath it. Is that what I'm pretty much reading for level 3?
No. So as of right now, you have a limitation on the number of bodies you can have, right? That's
Yeah, it's every 5 levels I can have an extra an increase in slots. So right now I'm
Yeah.
level 19. I have 9 slots pretty much.
So whenever you want to change out what's in those slots currently, you have to unbind from the golem
Oh
body.
yeah.
And-
That makes sense. Gotcha.
So now you can literally every suit you ever make, you can bind with it and put it in storage. And then if you ever need it again, you can just be like 10% of my mana bar to change what my active bodies are.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Durability is really simple. Great combo. I thought they didn't already reduce, but I didn't think I had a way to regenerate them. So I think that's really good.
They can still take damage, especially from narrative level effects, and
Yeah.
this will ensure that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Bodies that are writhed entirely from pure elements. So in other words, the one I made for Christian, which is completely force, may assimilate into the element and gain varied narrative bonuses. If you specify this, mean you need to be able to spin off, say, fire before weaving it.
So no, not that you use a single pure element. You weave the whole thing out of the element.
Gotcha.
So there's a prerequisite for you to be able to utilize that skill, but it's one of the most powerful ones.
Okay, and golem body simulation would be a great way to say spend resources on a DAO or some other research project, something I need a lot of resource for.
Oh, it's meant for you to win a fight.
Right. Say I need like 100,000 resource or something just to make the spell go off really well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant for you to win a fight. You
Yeah.
can use it for out of fight projects if you want to, but this is your oh shit button.
Yeah. Once per week times X. What is X? X is the number of bodies you simulate with. Wait, no. I have thing over. X is to the number of bodies you. So once per week times X. So that means I have up to my number of golems. Is that what I'm reading here?
Yep.
Because
Let's
once
say you
it's-
had 5 golems out there,
yeah,
and you assimilated with all 5 of them.
yeah,
You would multiply your resource bars and your current resources by 5 for 10 minutes. And then you couldn't do it again for 5 weeks.
gotcha. Okay, cool. Nice.
It is a very, very powerful thing for you to play with.
Especially since it counteracts the resource cap I'm currently on with normal suits. So because it just multiplies what that current is. So if I just have, yeah, cool.
I'm going to go ahead and say that with this alone, if you had the appropriate super team Captain Planet style, and you assimilated, even without any narrative capabilities, you could win Fight 7 in the tournament.
Oh yeah, nice. Just because it'd be just so many combinations.
Yes. You could make yourself so ludicrously durable with so much ludicrous levels of power going for you that for that 10-minute span, you were the equivalent of somebody with narrative level capabilities.
Nice.
Which means if you had something on top of that, actual narrative, nice.
Yeah. And John, if you want to think about the other tier 3 blended inscriptions, I've completed those as well. Yeah.
I will get those to you over course of until the next time we play.
Those took a lot easier to do compared to the others. The other one.
Oh yeah, your golem body, that was a pain.
80 days. Yeah.
So we've got a lot of stuff we need to do in between sessions, Johnny. We need to go over these 2 skills. We need to get your DAO declaration in order, which is going to be the equivalent of your DAO name.
Yep.
And that is where we end. Thank you, everybody, for coming to another session of Delving, where we delve into... We haven't
Mechanics.
delved yet.
I technically got taken to like 4-7.
Oh yeah, Braden's the only one who's delved so far.
He's winning.
He's
Freaking
winning.
All I saw was that Mel Mazzaro got hurt.
Huh?
Should...
Mel Mazzaro took me down there, and then he covered my eyes, and then when he uncovered my eyes, he had scratches on them that were bleeding.
Don't like that.
We're in an empty room filled with nightmare juice.
Like that. Like that at all.
No, I don't know if I like that, boss. I didn't like it either. Don't worry.
I don't like that.
Drogethorix's best guess was that they were on layer 7.
That still don't make me feel good.
No, it shouldn't, I think. Because Melo Mazzaro is pretty bullshit.
Yeah, granted, I'm kind of bullshit now too.
And you're just a baby. Little level 19.
Yeah, I'm a very dangerous baby.
Grr.
Which
Definitely
you
the
are.
most interesting thing was putting my hand through Jared's head and turning it ethereal.
That's what you wanted
Very
to do.
much.
I thought that was more. I thought that was more important than it kind of initially was treated.
How quickly it was breezed by.
I'm heading out.
See you, night, Johnny.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.